count. 1-1. And welcome back to OCC Stadium. Sorry for those technical difficulties right off the bat. A 1-1 count to the leadoff man, the second baseman Julio Criazola for Cortland, facing Gunnar Groen on the mound for the Flames. A 1-1 count, nobody on, nobody out. First batter of the game for either side. The 1-1 is a little chopper, gets by Groen on the mound, played it short by Brian Hart. Throw to first is in time, and that's the first out of the ball game.
Quick cleanouts, that's what you look for every time out, especially getting out of those early innings. You don't want to run up the pitch count.
Only took 3 pitches for Gunnar Groen to get the first out of the night. Here's Dylan Ketch, the right fielder for Cortland. He is off to a pretty hot start with Cortland this season, hitting .471 in the team's first 5 games, 8 of 17 at the plate. Scored 3 runs of his 8 hits, just 1 double. He's driven in 3 RBIs. First one from Groen, the righty. It's a fastball just missing the outside corner. Ball 1, the count is 1-0.
I was watching Gunnar Groen pre-game. He was looking to pound the zone, throwing the hard stuff. I wouldn't look to see too many breaking balls unless he's in a pinch.
And he's working a little methodically on the mound, too. 1-0. Fastball also misses outside, maybe a little further off the plate this time. Count goes to 2-0. Groen working out of the stretch right off the bat, something we saw against the Spartans on Saturday night in his first start.
Yeah, different pitchers have different preferences in terms of whether they actually decide to go from the full windup. Seems like Gunnar Groen's a stretch pitcher.
2-0. Get me over fastball is a strike. And Groen's back in the at-bat. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Dylan Ketch out of South Virginia University. Native of Clinton, Connecticut. Graduate of the Morgan School before going to South Virginia University. Majoring in accounting over there. 2-1 from Groen. It's a fastball fouled away off the netting just above the Flames dugout on the third base side. It's strike 2. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two count to Ketch. Groen has the sign ready to deal. And the 2-2 is a breaking ball chopped foul. And a nice snag by the third base coach and head coach, Bill McConnell. Tossed it to the third baseman, A.J. DiFilippo. And the throw back to Gunnar Groen on the mound. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gunnar Groen's pitch count up to 8 in the early going, a scoreless ball game.
Ketch working the count here in this at-bat.
Here comes another 2-2 from Groen. And the fastball is low and in. Might have been a breaking pitch, actually, based on the movement from up here. Count runs full out of 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Nelson Laviosa, the center fielder. He did not make an appearance against the Flames on Sunday afternoon, when Onondaga played Cortland in Cortland. And the payoff from Ketch is a swing and a miss. Overpowered him with the fastball. And that's the second out of the inning.
Great pitch there by Gunnar Groen. Probably expecting something around the edges of the plate, but instead pounds him right down the zone and forces him to swing.
And now Nelson Laviosa, the batter for the Cortland Crush, out of Essex Community College, one of 2 players from there. Also Julio Criazola, who grounded out in his first as the leadoff batter in this Crush order. First one to Laviosa as a fastball inside, forced him to lean back a bit, and then coming out of his stance, he was taking a few steps back out of the box. 1-0 the count to begin this, AB.
One of the things about Gunnar Groen I've noticed over these first 2 games, he's got great control. He'll have the occasional slip up there like you just saw, but generally very consistently over the plate.
1-0 to the Crush center fielders. A breaking ball that goes outside. And for the second consecutive at-bat, Groen falls to 2-0 in the count. Laviosa got a lot of playing time at Essex Community College this season. 55 games, nearly 200 at-bats, and he hit well, too. .360 batting average, 54 RBIs. 2-0. Fastball fouled away and out of play to the right side. 2-1 the count. And when he gets on the base paths, he's a threat to steal. 16 of 17 on stolen bases this season.
Certainly that's why you see him near the top of the lineup there.
2-1 from Garone. A fastball, a breaking ball swung on, missed. Looked like a fastball from up here. 2-2 the count as Garone battles back to even up the count.
2-2 here. You want to find the plate. Maybe get him something to change because you have to pitch to waste, but you definitely want to get him to swing no matter what the situation is.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the top of the first inning, scoreless between the Crush and the Flames. 2-2 from Garone. Fastball reached out, did Laviosa, and he was able to foul it away to the seats just behind the first base dugout, occupied by the Crush. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You could tell here with 2 outs and 2 strikes, Laviosa in full out survivor mode with that hack.
Just the third game Laviosa has appeared in this season. And the 2-2 again from Garone is a jam shot foul back to the netting. And we'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Laviosa. Just 10 at-bats on the year, only 1 base knock. Did strike out once in those 10 at-bats. And he's 0 for 1 on the base paths to this point. No stolen bases on 1 try. Another 2-2 from Garone to Zurat, and Laviosa reaches out, bounces one towards third. DiFilippo with a strong throw to first, a little high, but snagged by Peterson for the final out. Flames Crush go down 1-2-3. It is the Cortland Crush 0 and the Onondaga Flames coming to bat here on T-Blind. Welcome back to OCC Stadium. Cortland Crush failed to score in the top of the first inning. Let's go over the Onondaga Flames lineup as they get set to bat here in the bottom of the first. Leading off is the right fielder Mike Netzel. Batting second, the center fielder Adam Gordon. The third man in the lineup is the catcher Jake Zurat, making his season debut. Moving Trace Pearson to first base, he is the cleanup man in the Flames order. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Nick Garcia. Batting sixth, the third baseman A.J. DiFilippo. Brian Hart, the shortstop, bats seventh. The left fielder Mike Stefan bats eighth. And Jack Cherno, the second baseman, bats ninth. On the mound for the Cortland Crush, B-Ross, it's Jordan Christian. His first pitch is a fastball in the inside corner. 0-1 to Netzel's breaking ball over the outside corner. Count now 0-2.
Jordan Christian out of Earlham College. He's originally from Richmond, Indiana. Didn't play a lot. He played in 14 games, but he only got 1 start this past season.
0-2 is lined up the middle and dropped in for a base hit for Netzel. There goes the no-hitter, and the Flames have the first base runner of the night.
That's always what you want. Get on base early, especially racking up hits so you can get in the pitcher's head.
And now Adam Gordon, the center fielder, up at the plate. Out of Cal State, LA. Left-handed batter. Has started every game for the Flames to this point, all 5 games. And he's hit pretty well in those games, too. As the first pitch is a fastball over the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. All strikes to this point from Jordan Christian on the first 4 pitches. Gordon 4 for 20 at the plate in the first 5 games. A triple and an RBI for him. He was the best hitter against Genesee on a Wednesday night, as the throw to first is not in time. Went 2 for 4, but it could have easily been 3 for 4 after he lined out to deep center to end the ball game as the tying run at the plate. As he chops one to the right side on the hit and run, snagged at first by Kelly, and he'll take it to the bag for the first out. On to second base is Mike Netzel. Works just as good as the sacrifice bunt.
Absolutely. Get that runner over in the scoring position with only 1 away in the inning, and now you got a guy making his first appearance of the season against a pitcher from far lower competition, frankly. Zarat from Canisius College, a high-tier D1 program, and Earlham College is certainly not D1.
Incoming sophomore at Canisius College, just back from the NCAA tournament, eliminated 2 games in the Minnesota Regional as a 4 seed. First one to him is a chopper towards short. Netzel will get the third easily. Good hop for Siesko, and the throw to first is high, but in time for the second out of the inning. However, the first run of the game potentially is 90 feet away from scoring.
And on that play, a great stretch by Zach Kelly at first base. That ball was going to sail away. He had to go near split over there to get that one.
And now Trace Peterson, the cleanup man. This is the spot. This is the spot where the cleanup man name comes from. You got to clean up the bases here.
Absolutely, and one of the big things that I'm excited to see about Trace Peterson tonight is how much his hitting is going to take off. He's had to be worn down sitting behind the plate where that's not really his position.
First one to Peterson. Pitch finds the inside corner for strike 1, the count 0-1. Peterson had hit a bases clearing double to open the scoring against the Richmond here on Monday afternoon. As the 0-1 is chopped towards third base. A good hop for McKeon. The throw to first. A little rainbow is in time, and that will retire the side. Flames strand 1, but the game is scoreless as we head to the second here on Team Line. Welcome back to OCC Stadium after one inning of play between the Cortland Crush and the Onondaga Flames. The game is scoreless. Gunnar Groen back to the mound for his second inning of work. In tonight's start, he will face 4, 5, 6 in the Crush order. First up, it's the first baseman, Zach Kelly, the only man on this Crush team to hit a homer so far this year. First one to him is an inside-out swing, and that's going to get through to the right side for a base hit. A perfectly placed ground ball from Zach Kelly turns into the Crush's first hit of the night.
Yeah, certainly a good way to get on the board early, well, rather get on base here early. And as you mentioned, Kelly, one of the big hitters on this Crush team. And if you recall, you know who that home run was against. Unfortunately, it was against the Onondaga Flames when they played it last week.
And he went the other way on that home run, too. The guy's got some pop. At the plate, the catcher, Garrett Hunter. We did not see him the first time the Flames played the Crush. First one to Hunter is a fastball that's up for ball one. The count is 1-0. Hunter out of SUNY Cortland. Not a whole lot we know about him. Native of Virginia Beach, Virginia. He is the catcher tonight in the Crush order. A junior at SUNY Cortland. The 1-0 to him. A breaking ball finds the plate, and Groen evens up the count at a ball and a strike.
Interesting there about Garrett Hunter and SUNY Cortland. He's actually going to start his junior season come the fall at SUNY Cortland. Actually spent the last 2 seasons at Tompkins Cortland Community College. You see a few players from around the league there.
And there's one player on the Crush from Tompkins Cortland Community College. As the breaking ball swung on and missed by Hunter. And that's strike 2. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That other player is in the Crush order. That's Alex Babcock, the designated hitter, batting 8th in the order. Big hole on the right side with a runner at first, and the 1-2 is grounded hard but foul down the right field line. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hunter on the year, just 2 games, 4 at-bats to this point. He's 1 for 4 in those at-bats. Did score a run, average, which is not really a number to take into account at this point in the season, is at 250. 1-2 from Groen. A fastball lined down the right field line, but it will go foul. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 foul balls in a row from Hunter.
Hunter doing a good job staying alive here, especially with nobody out and a runner on first base. You're going to want to keep that runner on, and you want to keep all the outs off the board so you can do a lot with this inning.
And Kelly on the base pass, just 1 stolen base this season at Clark University. Known more for his excellent hitting at the plate than his base stealing ability. Here comes another 1-2, and the breaking ball is up and away. A bit of a waste pitch from Gunnar Groen. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Groen out of Pepperdine University, majoring in advertising there. Born in London. And the 2-2. It's a fastball that's just inside. And the count runs full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Already a 7 pitch at bat rather by Garrett Hunter. This will be number 8 right here.
Hunter with a great plate approach here. As I mentioned earlier, Gunnar Groen, not one to throw a lot of balls, but by fouling off all the bad strikes, he's forcing Gunnar to throw those balls off the plate.
And the payoff. The runner stays, and the breaking ball is fouled to the backstop. And we'll do it again. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Groen's pitch count was at 17 after the first inning with the 8 pitch at bat to this point. And the first pitch single by Zach Kelly. Groen already up to 26 pitches in this outing against Cortland. Here's the payoff again. And it's fouled away to the netting on the right side. A good fastball in the outside corner. Hunter was a little late with the swing. And now this count will go into this at bat will go into double digits.
Hunter really waiting for the pitch he wants. He wants something he can hit so he can get Kelly around into scoring position.
Groen looks at the runner on first, Kelly. set to deal. And here's the third payoff. It's a fastball line towards right center field. It's down for a hit. It looks like it's going to get to the wall. Kelly rounds second. He heads towards third. Netzel cuts it off. Kelly's going to round third and head home. Here's the relay to the plate. Throws to the left. Surratt tags him. He is out. Kelly tried to score on the double by Hunter. The Flames say, no you don't. And the Crush still off the scoreboard. 1 out, runner on second.
A great play there by Netzel. He felt that he bobbled it a little bit, but stayed focused, got the cut man, and then able to gun down at home was Cherno from second base.
And how about that for a great tag on defense by Jake Surratt in his first game as an Onondaga Flame, showing that great defensive ability behind home plate.
Really showed off that vertical leap. He had to leap up to get that one and then hop right back down and slap the tag before he touched home.
And now Tyler McKeon, the third baseman, up to the plate for Cortland. With a 1 out and a runner on second in a scoreless ball game. The breaking ball dips below the zone for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to begin the at-bats.
So if you're going to grow, now you have an out, but the problem is now you got to keep that guy on second off the board. You don't want to fall behind this early in the game.
Garland checks on the runner at second. Shading towards the bag is Cherno. Big hole on the right side as a result. And the 1-0 fastball is over the outside corner. Strike 1. Count evens up at a 1 ball and 1 strike. McKeon out of St. Anselm College. Graduate of St. John's High School. Majoring in communications and minoring in economics at St. Anselm. Smart kid, too. Fall 2017 Northeast 10 Commissioner's Honor Roll this past school year as the fastball finds the outside corner for strike 2.
McKeon also one of the great offensive bats so far in this early Crush campaign, hitting .429 heading into this contest with the Flames.
3 of 7 at the plate to this point for McKeon. Groen looking at the runner on second once again. Staring him down a little bit. Now he looks towards the plate and deals a chopper over the outstretched glove of Groen. The throw to first from Cherno is in time for the out. On to third base is Garrett Hunter. And that's a nice little play by Cherno to get the second out.
Always when the ball chops over a teammate, it's sort of tough to keep your eye on it, and you may misread it as one of those little in-betweener hops, but Cherno able to get his glove on it and make the fire over to first for the out.
Now Alex Flock, the left fielder for the Crush, up to the plate. Flock did make an appearance, was a starting outfielder for Cortland in the first game between these two teams. He was in center field. First one to the left-hand batter is a fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. Flock was 0 for 4 in that contest. Flew out twice. He struck out swinging twice. Groen ready to deal the 0-1 with the runner on third base. Here it is to Flock. The breaking ball's loaded. Gets away from Surratt to the left. Scoring is Hunter from third base. And the Crush takes a 1-0 lead.
That breaking ball just slipped out of Gunnar Groen's hand. Surratt had to get in front of that, but at a cost of it bouncing off to his side, he couldn't corral that in time to keep Hunter from scoring.
And now the bases are empty once again with 2 outs. And what is now a 1-0 Crush lead. Groen has the sign. He's ready to deal the 1-1 to Flock. And here it is from the methodical righty. It's a chopper snagged at the mound by Groen. He'll jog towards the bag and toss it to Peterson at first. And now retire the side. But not before the Crush get a run on the scoreboard. And it's 1-0 Cortland as we head to the bottom of the second. Back for the bottom of the second inning here from OCC Stadium. 1-0 Cortland Crush. The Cortland Crush leads the Onondaga Flames here in the bottom of the second. 5, 6, 7. And the Onondaga order. Nick Garcia, the designated hitter, will lead things off. Left-handed batter against the righty Jordan Christian on the mound. Squares up the bunt, pulls it back on a fastball that's up and away for ball 1.
One of the two-way players on this Flames squad, initially listed as only a pitcher, but he's seen a lot on both sides of the ball so far this season.
And he's been good at the plate. 4 of 13 to this point, and 4 games of action as the pitch is over for strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. 6th game of the year for the Onondaga Flames. 5th for Nick Garcia. As the 1-1 breaky ball is outside for ball 2. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit a triple in this park against Rochester. And he's also been a disciplined hitter at the plate. 3 walks in 16 plate appearances as the pitch misses. And now the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here.
Garcia showing a lot of plate discipline in this at-bat.
3-1. Pitch is up and away, the fastball. And it's ball 4. And Garcia gets on base with a leadoff walk. And now, in his first at-bat of the season with the Flames, it is A.J. DiFilippo.
A.J. DiFilippo, a Columbia kid, just made his way over here from the College World Series, playing a lot of games, hit 250 in 36 contests, I apologize.
And that was leading up to the NCAA tournament as the fastball was up for ball 1. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Also, graduate of Delmont Hill High School. Was a team captain there in 2016. Last 2 years in high school, hit over 400. As the 1-0 here is a fastball that's up again. 2 balls and no strikes. Back in 2009, also played in the Little League World Series with Peabody Western.
Gotta love that. An interesting thing about a lot of the Northeast guys out of high school, they really have to hit 400 or 500 really just to get attention.
And he's at Columbia as the fastball's on the outside corner for strike 1. Certainly got attention because he's at Columbia, a team that made the NCAA tournament this season.
Absolutely, and watch out for those wheels too. 2 doubles on the year as well. Hasn't stolen any bases, but he's certainly willing to leg them out.
2-1, inside out swinging. The ball goes down the left field line, third base line rather. Strike 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Christian looking in for the sign. Checking down the runner at first. And the 1-2 is breaky ball low and away. Now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. DiFilippo's mother, Joanne, also played softball. Played softball for 4 years at Salem State University. 2-2 here from Christian is a line drive that drops into left center field for a base hit. Around 8, second and heading for third is Garcia. There will be a play there. The throw is cut off, and heading to second is DiFilippo, and the throw is and the relay is in time for the first out of the inning. But on to third is Nick Garcia.
You know, a gutsy call there by DiFilippo, thinking he could leg out too, because I guess he thought the shortstop, Ciesco, was going to make the throw over to third, but Ciesco was smart and gunned him out at second, trying to advance.
So DiFilippo gunned down at second base, but Garcia advances to third with 1 out. And now the batter is Brian Hart, the shortstop for the Onondaga Flames tonight. Batting 7th in the order, a big chance to tie the game. He scores the bunt, pulls it back. The pitch was well over his head. He had to duck. Squeeze might have been on, but thankfully for the Flames, Garcia didn't go too far down the third base line.
I think Brian Hart's more glad that he just kept his head on that one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 1-0. Breaking ball misses the zone. Might have been a little low. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Hart. Hart out of Bryant University, a graduate of Xaverian Brothers High School. 3-year letter winner in baseball there. At Bryant, he's majoring in marketing and hits one high and deep towards right center field. Back is catch. He won't get it. It one-hops the wall. Garcia jogs into home. Hart is rounding second. He's gonna slide into third base with an RBI triple, and the Flames tie the game at 1.
There are those wheels that came in as advertised. Also with that power that we expected to see from Brian Hart. Hit that one hopped the wall all the way in the gap. A great at-bat for Brian Hart, and it ties up the game.
And now, essentially, Hart replaces Garcia at third base, and the Flames have a golden opportunity to take the lead in the ballgame.
Gotta love the chance to get up on top early in this one, especially when you were back against the wall early on, down 1-0.
And now Mike Stefan, the left fielder, up at the plate with Hart at third base, and one away. Squares up the bunt, pulls it back. Back to third base is Hart. He didn't go too far down the line. Looking for that squeeze again against Cortland. But the count is 1-0.
Cordero certainly not afraid to play small ball here. 2 straight suicide squeeze attempts. Also have seen a lot of bunting in these first few games.
1-0 count to Stefan, and the breaking ball's in there for strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Stefan did not play with Canisius this season, so he did not go to the NCAA tournament. He's been with the Flames throughout this whole summer season as the breaking ball finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's an interesting note on his family. 6, count 'em 6, family members have attended Canisius. As the breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 2, the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 of them played baseball. Canisius and baseball runs in the family.
Gotta say so.
Count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Stefan fouls it away to the left side, out towards the parking lot. Hopefully it didn't hit any cars out there, especially not my car or B. Ross's car.
You know, I come here to do my job and get out of here, and not to come home with any dents.
Another 2-2 to Stefan. It's a slow bouncer down the first base line that goes foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stefan's a graduate of Williamsville East High School. First team ECIC twice at Williamsville East. Batted over 500 in his career, mark of .517. He was also a hockey player, first team all WNY. As he chops one over the middle, past the pitcher Christian. Snagged it short by Ciesco. Throw to first is in time to get him. But scoring is Hart, and the Flames take a 2-1 lead.
Big
Good
run there for
hitting.
Big run there for the Flames, taking an early 2-1 lead, asserting themselves as the leader in this game.
And now Jack Cherno, the second baseman, up the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. And was now a Flames lead. They have turned a frowning scoreboard into a smiling scoreboard. Just like that, as the first pitch to Cherno is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Counts 0-1. Also, Cherno's first at-bat with the Flames, arriving here from Columbia University, just like his teammate A.J. DiFilippo, as the pitch finds the outside corner for strike 2, and the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Cherno, a graduate of West Morris Mendham High School, appeared in 38 games for Columbia this year, as the breaking ball is low and in for ball 1. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Cherno, like DiFilippo, got a good bit of playing time. Didn't have any flashy stats, but still managed to hit over 240 on the year.
1-2 is fouled back to the netting on the left side. Count stays the same at 1 ball and 2 strikes. All-conference first team as a junior and senior at West Morris Mendham. Played soccer for 2 seasons there as well. He won the state Group 3 championship in 2015 as the fastball just misses the inside corner. A good eye from Cherno at the plate. 2-2 count. The wind of the deal from Jordan Christian is a chopper down the first base line that goes foul once again. Cherno staying alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cherno fighting off all the pitches he doesn't like here. Wants to keep the inning alive, try to get back to the top of the order.
Another wind and a deal. Another 2-2 fouled back to the netting left side. Cherno keeps up the battle at the plate. Just fouling off any pitch that's close. Count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we mentioned he played soccer in high school. His 2 sisters, Robin and Melissa. Robin played soccer and ran track for 4 years at Haverford College. As the breaking ball is low and in the dirt. Count runs full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Approaching the 10th pitch of the at-bat if we're not there already. Here it is, the payoff. Slow bouncer towards third. Played on a hop by McKeon. The throw to first in the dirt, but dug out by Kelly over there for the final out in the bottom of the second inning. But not before the Flames score 2 runs to turn a 1-run deficit into a 1-run lead here on Team Line. Back live here at OCC Stadium, set to begin the 3rd inning between the Cortland Crush and the Onondaga Flames. All the runs you see on the little scorebook on the bottom left corner of your screen are brand new scorebook put together by Brandon Ross himself. Great job, B. Ross. Shows you that the Flames now have the 2-1 lead after scoring 2 in the bottom of the second inning. Gunnar Groen back to the bump. First 30 of work in tonight's start. The first pitch is a fastball over the plate to Alex Babcock, the designated hitter in tonight's ball game. Babcock, as we mentioned earlier, attends Tompkins Cortland Community College, graduate of Cortland High School. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball is fouled away to the netting on the right side. Strike 2, the count now, no balls and 2 strikes to Babcock.
Babcock didn't have the best time out against the Flames last time, hoping to get some redemption here.
And at Tompkins Cortland Community College, he is majoring in engineering science, something that I certainly know nothing about, B. Ross.
You and me both.
0-2. Chopper down the first base line goes foul, and a nice pick by the Crush first base coach down there. 0-2 the count. Somebody brought their silky mitts tonight, B. Ross.
Are you going to not stop saying silky mitts
I
just
will
because
not.
your Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup last
This
night?
has nothing to do with the Capitals, B. Ross.
Well, you just want to keep talking about hockey and thinking about hockey.
Hey, it's a great term. Silky mitts, you know? 0-2 from Groen again. Breaking ball grounded towards short. Played on a little hop by Hart. The throw to first is wide left. Pops out of the glove of Peterson, who was off the bag anyway. And reaching on an E6 is Alex Babcock.
You know, you hate to see an error on an easy play like that, but sometimes it just happens and you got to face the consequences and move forward.
Just a throw that got away from Bryant Hart. Now, Anthony Ciesco, the shortstop, up to the plate for Cortland. Ciesco out of South Virginia University, graduate of Pascack Hills High School. First team all-conference twice as he squares up the bunt here. Coming in is the third baseman DiFilippo, but he'll pull it back on a fastball that's right down Broadway for strike one.
You know, sometimes you like to show bunt just to get the defense off guard. What I would have been interested to see there is if he laid down the bunt and then Babcock ran at second and then tried to occupy third base, which wasn't manned.
Squaring up the bunt is Ciesco again. DiFilippo halfway in on the grass. Pitches inside. A fastball. Ciesco quickly pulled the bunt back, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
I'm now curious to see at this point, obviously, that pitch was inside, but is he just showing bunt to get the defense off its game, or is he actually squaring up to bunt?
Well, we'll see how the rest of the at-bat goes. Doesn't look like he's squaring up to bunt here. DiFilippo still on the grass, ready for it. 1-1. Fouled away to the right side. Count is 1-2 strikes. Looked like Ciesco was trying to call for time before Groen began the pitch, but the home plate umpire didn't give it to him.
You know, he got that hand. He didn't get that hand up quite a bit enough if he was calling time. What I would have been interested to see is, I think he may have just been picking up the hand just to fake a sign that he was about to show bunt.
Perhaps.
So not really a fake bunt, but sort of like a pump fake, if you will.
Now time is called. This time it was granted before Groen even began his windup. Now that as B. Ross is saying, just a little, I guess a subtle fake. You might say a pump fake, a subtle fake.
Either way, right here, Gunnar Groen doing a great job varying his time between pitches.
1-2. Ciesco pops it up right side. Three Flames going after it. Netzel Peterson there first, but the ball is well out of play. And the count remains at 1-2 strikes. What have you liked most out of Gunnar Groen so far?
Honestly, he hasn't been the same pitcher he was in his first game. He has shown a little bit of inconsistency with the strike zone, but he's seemed to have taken an all-business approach, still staying focused on the task at hand.
You like how methodically he's working on the mound?
Absolutely. Like I said, he's varying his time between pitches, keeping everybody off guard.
1-2 from Groen. Breaking ball low and away. Dug out of the dirt by Zurat. Count evens up at 2-2 strikes.
That's the second curveball, dirt ball we've seen from Gunnar Groen so far, and the first one brought in the first run on the wild pitch.
2-2 count to Ciesco, the native of West Warwick, Rhode Island. 5'10", 155-pound right-handed batter at the plate. 2-2 fouled away to the right side, gets out of play. Count remains the same at 2-2 strikes.
Ciesco really being a fighter here at the plate, really wanting a pitch he can hit, otherwise just letting it go.
And we've seen that a lot out of the crush hitters tonight, working up the pitch count. The Flames doing the same thing. Gunnar Groen already at 44 pitches in this outing. Jordan Christian through 2 innings. Meanwhile, for Cortland, 38 pitches, nearly 20 per inning.
That's how you can tell both teams are having batters taking great approaches at the plate.
And it's working. Both teams on the scoreboard early as the fastball finds the dirt. Zarak keeps it in front of him and holds the runner at first base. The count runs full now to 3-2 strikes.
3-2, you don't want to get that run over into scoring position, so I don't think Gunnar Groen's going to be as willing to put one on the edges. He's going to want to pound the zone.
But my question is, do you send Babcock here on this 3-2?
I don't think so. I think it's a little too risky from, at least in my point of view.
Here's the payoff. He's not going, and Ciesco fouls it away to the right side. And this at-bat just keeps on going. 3-2. The count remains.
A lot of fouling off here tonight. Everybody wants their pitch and their pitch only. We've seen a couple of big gappers so far, and everyone wants to join on the action, and they're fouling away the pitches they don't think they can do that on.
Tell you what, both coaching staffs are preaching patience right now, not only with a slow start in the win-loss column, but at the plate too, as Ciesco grounds one to right side for a base hit. Holding at second base is Babcock, and the Crush gets their first 2 batters on base to begin the third inning, and Robert Anders, the pitching coach, will make a trip to the mound for Onondaga.
You know, you got runner in scoring position, 2 men on with nobody out. Certainly not a great position here for Gunnar Grown.
But what about that at bat for Anthony Ciesco? Just got to, I believe, 10 pitches in the at bat, worked the count full, ended up getting a base hit out of it.
That is what you call a quality at bat. You're getting the pitch you want and taking what you will with it. It's capitalizing on the opportunity. He poked that one right between Peterson at first and Cherno at second and was able to get the runner over to second. And now they have a runner in the threat to score with nobody out in the inning.
With Julio Criazola at the top of the order up to the plate now for Cortland, do you take the at bat out of its hands and have him bunt here with runners at first and second and nobody out?
You know, he's first for a reason. You lay down. He's the guy who's probably the best at bunting because he's going to be the speedster. So I wouldn't put that past them, but I think they have to be very careful with how they align this defensively if you're the Flames.
Don't put past the Flames either. DiFilippo is on the grass. He squares it up to bunt, but pulls it back at a fastball that finds the inside corner. No balls and one strike to begin the at-bat to Criazola, the second baseman. Out of Essex Community College, graduate of Ronald Reagan High School, just like his crush and Essex Community College teammate Nelson Laviosa. 0-1 from Garone, squares up the bunt again, but fouls it back to the backstop. And it's strike two. Count quickly 0-2. And I don't think you bunt here, B. Ross. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely not. If you see those first two bunts, you could tell he's trying to get that down the third base line, rather, trying to force DiFilippo off the bag.
Trying to get a bunt single rather than sacrificing for a bunt to move the runners up. Though a bunt single would pretty much do the same thing as a sacrifice bunt. 0-2 from Criazola. Breaking ball is popped up in the air. Fly ball that bounces foul and out of play down the right side. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes, as that is Grown's 50th pitch of the night already. Criazola played in 54 games with Essex Community College. Got over 200 at-bats. Hit pretty well in those 54 games. 266. On base percentage of .318 as well. Another 0-2 from Garone as a breaking ball grounded up the middle. It'll hit off the second base bag and into center field. Stopping at third is Babcock. The throw into home plate doesn't matter, and the bases are loaded with nobody out, B. Ross.
Well, that's not what you want, but I think everybody on the Flames is thankful for the second base bag being there. I think if that one let through, I think you would see Babcock crossing home plate there, and it would be a tie ball game. But instead, you got bases loaded and nobody out, and you got Dylan Ketch, one of the best hitters on this Crush team, up to bat.
Big guy at the plate big hitter at the plate for the Crush. Struck out his first time up, Dylan Ketch. 0 for 5 against the Flames this season. But other than that, at the plate, he has been spectacular. 8 of 13. First one to catch. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike one. The count is 0-1. So with the bases loaded and nobody out, Flames just trying to get out of this one, perhaps even just with a tie. Trying to get out of this inning.
Certainly don't like being in a tight situation this early in the ball game.
0-1. Breaking pitch gets away from Surratt. Coming in towards home. The throw gets away from Grown. Scoring is Babcock. Ciesco decides to hold up at third base despite the throw getting away from Grown. And the Crush has tied this ball game up at 2 apiece. Now the situation runners at second and third with nobody out.
This is possibly one of the worst cases scenarios you could have had if you're Gunnar Grown. Now you still have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out, and it's a tie ball game now.
The only thing that could have made it worse is if Ciesco decided to come around towards home plate. If he scored, that is.
I think that would have been a ballsy call. I think Peterson moved over to that wild throw very quickly. I think he would have been out.
1-1 from Garone is lined out towards second. Cherno leaps and makes the catch. He holds both runners at their respective bases, and that right there is a big out, B. Ross.
Gets the first out of the inning, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if they walked Laviosa here to just try to get the double play opportunity.
We'll see what the Flames decide to do with that first base bag unoccupied. Laviosa grounded out to third base. His first time up, that ended that capped off a 1-2-3 first inning. First one to him is jam shot pop up that gets out of play to the right side behind the Crush dugout. Strike one, the count is 0-1.
Well, now we know there's not going to be an intentional walk here, and also this is also, I believe, a league where you could just call it intentional walk from the dugout, so the fact that he made it to the box basically said the story.
0-1 the count. Big lead at second base for Criozola. And here it is from Corona. Breaking ball just misses the outside corner. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Good crowd here tonight at OCC Stadium for Town of DeWitt night at the ballpark. Don't forget, we'll be back on Team Line tomorrow night, June 9th, as the Flames host the Syracuse Saltcats here at OCC Stadium, a 7 o'clock start. As the 1-1 by Laviosa is popped up down the right side. Netzel trying to chase it down, and the ball gets out of play down the right field line. It's strike two. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
If you're Gunnar Groen, you're really trying to rely on your fastball here. It's been clear for the first couple innings. His breaking pitch is not really working for him, often finding the dirt or missing outside.
And now with a 2-strike count and a couple pitches to work with, just got to get that strikeout to avoid a productive out. An out that would score a run for the Crush and get the lead. 1-2. Fastball popped up out towards center. Actually hit it pretty well. Out to get it is Gordon. He makes the catch. Tagging both runners are. Ciesco will score easily. Into third is Criozola. And Cortland takes a 3-2 lead here in the top of the third inning. Sac fly for Nelson Laviosa. And it's the second run to cross the plate this inning for the Crush.
You know, that's a big at-bat there for the Crush. Gets them up here. Obviously, it's going to be a back and forth in this one. We're seeing that early on. Both offenses are firing up right now.
And for Laviosa, that is his first RBI of the season with Cortland. And now Zach Kelly, the first baseman up at the plate. He's got some pop. As we learned back in Cortland on Sundays, he grounds one hard on the first pitch towards short. Hart gets it, throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. But not before Cortland answers the 2-run second inning by the Flames with a 2-run third inning. And the Crush leads Onondaga 3-2 heading to the bottom of the third here on Team Line. Welcome back to the broadcast here on Team Line. It's a 3-2 lead for the Cortland Crush as the Onondaga Flames begin their at-bats here in the bottom of the third inning. Mike Netzel, the right fielder, to lead off. He squared up the bunt but pulls it back on a fastball that's well above the zone for ball one, the count 1-0. And with the exception of the bottom of the eighth inning, we're seeing a similar trend in this game to this point as the 1-0 fastball is over the inside corner, 1-1 the count. We're seeing a similar trend at this point that besides the bottom of the eighth inning in the game between the Flames and the Crush on Sunday, all the runs are coming in the second and third innings as Netzel fouls one back to the netting, 1-2 the count.
You know, the big thing is you can start off hot, but you got to be able to finish the game. If you have a lead, you got to maintain it. If you're even, you got to get ahead, and if you're behind, you got to push out in front.
1-2, the count to Netzel, and the fastball is up and in for ball two, the count 2-2. And for the losses for the Flames, all of course on the road away from OCC Stadium, as the 2-2 is hit out into right field, a pop-up. Going out to get it is Criazola, and he'll drop in between him and catch. Netzel is heading towards second base. The throw is wide left and corralled by Ciesco. Mike Netzel with a hustle double, and the Flames have a runner in scoring position to begin the third.
That's why you hustle on every ball, no matter if you think it's going to get caught or not. Netzel never gave up on that, was gearing towards second the second that ball hit the ground, and he was able to get that hustle double, like you said.
Yeah, he was gunning for a base hit right out of the box, and he slid into second base easily with the double. Adam Gordon, the center fielder, now to the plate. 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out to first base. We'll see if he might be bunting here. He is not, as the breaking ball's outside for ball one. Now the catcher, Garrett Hunter, at the mound to talk with the pitcher, Jordan Christian. What do you think they're talking about here?
I think they're just talking about focus on the guy at the plate. You got a one-run lead. There's nothing you can really do about that guy on second.
1-0 the count to Gordon. Looking at the runner on second, the first one, the 1-0 to Gordon is ground up the middle, past the diving Criazola into center. Netzel rounds third. He will head home. The throw into the plate is cut off. Netzel scores, and the Flames tie the game at 3. RBI single, Adam Gordon.
This is really going to be a back-and-forth matchup. Both teams just clawing away at each other. If one team gets in front, the other team wants to claw back. And now you got Jake Surratt with another runner on base with a chance to blow this game up even further.
And for Gordon, that is his second RBI. Hit an RBI triple. Rather, he drove in a run against the Ridgemen. Now his second RBI comes against Cortland. First one is Surratt. Is a pitch that, with a little outside movement that he swings and misses at for strike one. The count is 0-1. Surratt looking for his first hit with the team. First appearance of the season with Onondaga coming back from the NCAA tournament. 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to short. Delayed steal as the pitch is up and away for ball one. County is up at a 1 ball and a 1 strike. And something that this is on the defensive side, but something that has plagued the Flames to this point and their losses has been the big inning.
That's for sure.
1-1. Fastball misses the outside corner for ball two. The count 2-1.
In every one of their losses so far, with actually there are no exceptions to this one. They've had one inning where they've just fallen apart. I believe they had a 4-run inning that they allowed against the Spartans. They did allow a massive inning again for the Crush. I think that was also a 4-run inning, I think in the 8th.
Pitch is outside, swung on, missed by Surratt. Throw down to second is in time to get Gordon trying to steal. He's gunned down, and it's the first out of the inning. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I don't know if that was a delayed steal attempt. It probably was. If it wasn't, that was a horrible jump there by Gordon, especially for someone who's known to be a great base runner.
So Surratt now up at the plate with 1 out and nobody on base in a 3-3 ball game. 2-2 fouled off the catcher Hunter. Didn't quite make it to the backstop, but it rolled there. County was up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 3-run innings have plagued the Flames to this point in their 3 losses. First one against the Spartans, they were tied at 1 entering the bottom of the 8th. Gave up 3. Lost 4-1. As Surratt lines one out towards right field, coming in to try and get his catch. He'll make the running catch for the second out of the 3rd inning. As here comes Trace Peterson, the first baseman, to the plate against the team, the Cortland Crush. The next day, Flames were up 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gave up 3, lost the game 7-5. Then 2 nights ago, against the Genesee Rapids, up 1-0 in the 6th. As here's the first one to Peterson. Fast breaking ball is low and in. 1-0 the count. Against the Rapids, bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs for Genesee. The Rapids win it 3-1. 1-0, a fastball swung on, missed. For strike 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. But the Flames have been good so far here at OCC Stadium. Once as the road team, once as the home team. 1-1 breaky pitch finds the dirt. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Opening night against the Saltcats as the visiting club. 6-2 victory against Syracuse on the strength of a 4-run inning. As Peterson lines one foul down the right side for strike 2, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then back here at OCC 4 days ago against the Rochester Richmond in the home opener, their best performance of the season by far, a 13-2 blowout of the Richmond. As the 2-2 is swung on, missed, caught by Hunter on the foul tip, and that will retire the side. But not before the Flames get 1 run on an RBI single from Adam Gordon, and the game is tied at 3 after 3 here on Team Line. Welcome back to Onondaga Flames Baseball here on Team Line. Heading to the 4th inning, the Crush and the Flames are tied at 3, and with the play-by-play, here's my broadcast partner, Brandon Ross.
Thanks, Eric. Back in the top of inning number 4, Flames and Crush tied at 3, and up for the Crush now is going to be catcher Garrett Hunter. Garrett Hunter hit us double his first time out, eventually came around to score. First pitch to Hunter, a breaking ball, grounded on the ground to short. Brian Hart fires first, a leap from Peterson, but he can't get down in time. Peterson is furious with the first base umpire, but Garrett Hunter able to get there safely with an error on behalf of Brian Hart.
Grown didn't want to hear from the umpire, but Mike Cordero is going to go out to the infield to talk with the field umpire. Looked like a tie at first base, in my opinion, between Peterson's foot and Hunter's arm at first base. It's a good effort to hustle out the throw, but that's just another ball that got away from Brian Hart at short. I think he just rushed the throw a little bit.
Seems to
almost airmailed it, and it was a good thing that Peterson even caught it.
Seems to be a little bit out of his rhythm tonight. The second error for Brian Hart today, as now Cordero comes back to the dugout, and we will resume play here. So now with Garrett Hunter on first, courtesy of the E6, that brings up Tyler McKeon. McKeon grounded out to second his first time up. Oh, there was a quick umpire conference there, and all of a sudden Garrett Hunter is now out at first base.
That I'm a little surprised about. I guess we did not need the instant replay to get the call right or wrong. Looked like a tag from up here, but what do I know? I have terrible eyesight anyway. You know?
And I'm wearing glasses too, albeit not as bad as you would need. But
Oh, no, not at all.
anyways, Tyler McKeon now up for the Cortland Crush, and the first pitch misses down and away, and the count's now 1-0.
Yeah, I'm as blind as a bat, B. Ross. Your eyesight's probably 10 times better than mine.
Well, I don't have a very big prescription, but the prescription I have does help as much as it needs to. And the 1-0 to McKeon. Breaking ball catches the zone. That one broke from shoulder to right down the middle of the plate, and now the count's even at 1-1.
And it shows that good movement on Groan's breaking balls tonight.
Looks like Groan now has it back a little bit under control after some struggles back in the first 3 innings out. The 1-1 is driven into right center field, but Cherno is right over there drifting back to make the catch for out number 2.
Tell you what, Cherno over at second base, this is the first time we've seen him with the Flames this season. He's got some hops over there. Leaped up just a little bit to make that catch earlier in the, I believe, yes, it was the 3rd inning. Made a leaping catch on a line drive that held up the runners where they were at the time. Great defensive second baseman.
2 away in a tie ball game, and that brings up Alex Flock for the Crush. First pitch to Flock misses down and inside, count 1-0.
And Cherno just adds to that plethora of spectacular defensive middle infielders for the Flames.
Certainly not the best night for Brian Hart, though. 2 errors already for the shortstop. The 1-0 to Flock. That also misses inside. Count now 2-0. And correction, that is 1 error. 1 error now for Brian Hart. My apologies there. Groan, as always, operating from the stretch. The 2-0 to Flock. Fastball chopped on the ground towards second. Cherno will make the quick toss to first for out number 3. Quick 1-2-3 inning there for Gunnar Groan. A little eventful on that first batter, but no runs, no hits, no one left on base at the end of 3.5. It's a 3-3 game here on Team Line. Bring you back in the bottom of inning number 4. Tie game 3-3 here at OCC Stadium. And right now, Nick Garcia up for the Flames. Last time up to bat, Garcia walked and eventually came around to score on the Brian Hart triple. First pitch misses low. That count now ball 1-0. The 1-0 pitch chopped on the ground towards first, but foul, and the count's now even at 1-1. Pitch count now really running up on Jordan Christian. Now 58 pitches, less than 4 innings of work, just over 3 innings of work there for Jordan Christian. The 1-1 to Garcia is chopped on the ground between first and second. That'll be fielded by Kelly, flipped over to Christian, and that'll be a call out, and now 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 4. That'll bring up that'll bring up AJ DiFilippo. DeFilippo on an interesting play. Got a single his last time up. Runner advanced to third ahead of him, but in thinking that there was going to be a throw, he tried to advance. It got gunned down at second. And the first pitch misses outside, and the count's now, nope, excuse me, that's a strike, and the count's now 0-1. The 0-1 pitch misses outside. The count's now 1-1.
Yeah, and Jordan Christian already just surpassed 60 pitches in this outing.
And the 1-1 pitch is cut on and missed. A breaking ball he swings on top of, and the count's now 1-2. The 1-2 to DeFilippo. Bounces off the catcher and rolls away, and the count's now 2-2.
Got a piece of the home plate umpire, too. Pretty much knocked his mask off, but just shaking it off. Tough umpire behind home plate tonight.
Hey, home plate umpiring is a tough job. You got to take all those foul balls. You got to risk all the contact there.
And all the punishment from the fans if you make a call they don't like.
That's for sure. Though that one also applies to the base umpire as well.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-2. Chop foul behind home plate. Count stays at 2-2 on DeFilippo.
I'm just saying it's tougher to be a home plate umpire because you're getting, you have every pitch. There's a risk of you getting one right in the noggin.
Oh, that's for sure. The 2-2. That misses outside. Breaking ball got out of the hands of Christian. The count's now 3-2. 3-3 game in the bottom of inning number 4. And the 3-2 DeFilippo is crushed down the right field line. He's watching that one go, and that is gone. First base umpire rules that one fair, and DeFilippo, in only his second at-bat as an Onondaga Flame, gets the first home run on the season for the Flames.
How about announcing your presence? Off the bat, that's a no-doubter. The only question was, fair or foul? It was fair. Big-time home run for DeFilippo. His first of the year. First one for Onondaga this season. And the Flames take a 4-3 lead.
Big 4-3 lead here for the Flames now. Looks like the Crush manager, Bill McConnell, is just going to get a quick check to make sure that that was fair. And home plate umpire concurs. And now a 4-3 lead for the Onondaga Flames as Brian Hart comes in. Had a triple his last time up. And that'll be a bunt down the third base line. He's got the wheels to beat it out, and he will. Not even a throw from Tyron McKeon at third. And now that's another base runner with only one away.
Show them a bunt. Show people a bunt, a perfect bunt, single, and they'll show you that right there. Hart lays it down the third base line. Luckily for him, too, it's turf so that the ball doesn't roll foul. It just stops there. It just rolls a little bit down that third base line between the grass and the dirt. And the Crush has no play. The third baseman, McKeon, had no chance. No, not even a throw.
From big-time power hitting to small ball, now another runner on base for the Flames, and that brings up Mike Stefan. Brian Hart fakes steal as that pitch is a called strike. That misses down low, and the count's now 1-0.
And I love that decision to bunt from Brian Hart. Big home run from DeFilippo. Now you catch the Crush off guard with a bunt single.
Check over to first. Hart makes it back safely. Hart now halfway to the cycle. Already has the toughest one down with a triple.
Now he's just got to get a double in the gap, then get some power out down the left field line.
1-0 is chopped foul down the first baseline. Correction now, it's an 0-2 count. A little bit of scoreboard snafu here, and the 0-2. That one is a called strike 3. And Mike Stefan will get pumped out for out number 1. And, out number 2. And now that'll bring up Jack Cherno with 2 away.
Well, Jordan Christian had a couple pitches to work with a 1-2 count. Stefan was not expecting the fastball right in the corner. It's a great pitch from Christian, and the pitch selection caught him off guard, too. That was the key to getting Stefan looking that time.
Jack Cherno grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch to Cherno, misses inside. Hunter makes sure Brian Hart isn't trying anything funny out there at first.
Yeah, Hart's just trying to be a distraction at first base now with two away. Trying to get Christian off its game. Maybe help Cherno get on base as well, or even drive him in.
Christian approaching 70 pitches as the 1-0 is chopped off of him in the batter's box, and so that'll be a foul ball. Count now even at 1-1.
That's all you have to do with a pitch you don't like. Early in the count, late in the count, doesn't matter. If it's in the strike zone, you got to swing at it or just foul it away.
So now, so far, the Cornell duo 2 for 3 in their 3 at-bats, as now Christian checks on Hart again at first base, but Hart again able to make it back safely.
And the more you get Christian to throw over, the more that shows he's a little rattled out there.
The pitch is driven into shallow right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Going around to third is Hart, and that's a 2-out single for Jack Cherno.
That's a little jam shot from Cherno on the fastball up and in. It's a hittable pitch in the upper inner part of the zone. Cherno doesn't get all of it, but it's probably a good thing he didn't get all of it because it dropped in front of the right fielder Dylan Ketch.
Time is called as there will be a mound meeting for the Crush. And now 2 away with a 4-3 lead. The Flames are ahead, and we'll see if we see a pitching change or if this is just a quick mound conference. We're not sure. We can't see the Crush bullpen, so we don't know if anyone's been warming up, but certainly a dominant performance this inning from the Flames, especially with that big home run from A.J. DiFilippo.
Oh, yeah, big-time performance by the Flames in this 4th inning. They were able to get the shutdown inning in the top half, which was key because neither team was able to keep the other off the scoreboard until the top of the 4th inning, and the Flames respond by getting at least 1 on the board to retake the lead.
2 away in the bottom of inning number 4. 4-3 Flames lead. Runners on first and third with 2 away for Mike Netzel.
And this is one of the guys you wanted the plate for in this opportunity with the runners on the corners and 2 away. Netzel 2 for 2 on the night. Single and a double for him.
Netzel also came around to score. First pitch is cut on and missed. Looked like he wanted to hold up but couldn't quite do it. And now he's behind early 0-1.
One of 3 Flames hitters there that are 2 for 2 through the first 2 turns of the order.
And a check at first. Cherno was able to make it back safely.
The other 2, A.J. DiFilippo and Brian Hart.
A lot of extra base hits tonight so far for the Onondaga Flames. Just 3 in the first 4 innings. 1 pitch misses outside. Counts now evened up at 1-1.
8 hits for the Flames in a little less than 4 innings as well. If you get 2 hits per inning, you always get a chance to score.
Cherno leads off first. DiFilippo leads off third. Excuse me, now that was Hart leading off third as that pitch is fouled away. The count now 1-2.
And now if you're Nets up there, you just got to keep fighting up there. You don't even have to get a hit here. With second base open, you can just move Cherno up to second. It would be even better if somebody was on second base, as a matter of fact, because you could walk in a run.
And the payoff. Runner goes, and that misses down low. And the count now 2-2, and Cherno now on second, and now both runners in scoring position for the Flames.
And that's a smart move. With a 1-2 pitch, you're likely to see a breaking ball from Christian. Cherno takes advantage, gets himself into scoring position. That's huge.
Second and third, 2 away in the bottom of inning number 4. Flames with a 4-3 lead. The 2-2 to Mike Netzel. That pitch misses. No, it's going to be a called strike 3 on the corner. Netzel not happy with the call, but that will retire the side for Onondaga. A big inning with a big blast from A.J. DiFilippo. 1 run, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play, the Flames have a 4-3 lead. Bringing back in the top of inning number 5 on the A.J. DiFilippo home run. The Flames now have a 4-3 lead. And up now for the Cortland Crush is Alex Babcock. Babcock, first time up, ended up scoring thanks to an E6 on behalf of Brian Hart. Gunnar Groen probably has a short leash now. It's 77 pitches. First pitch to Babcock is a breaking ball that just catches the zone but gets fouled back.
And a lefty warming up in the Flames bullpen. Can't make out who it is from here, at least at this point.
Gunnar Groen starting to get more control of that breaking pitch. Had a little trouble keeping it in the strike zone the first few innings. And the 0-1. Another breaking ball. Babcock gets a piece of it, but it's grounded right back to Groen, and he'll fire to first for out number 1.
That's a good first out, and great pitching from Groen just to get the quick out. He's at 69 pitches now. It's a nice at-bat.
That's for sure.
And from the looks of it in the bullpen, another new Flame, Jeff DiStefano, the lefty.
Jeff
In the
DiStefano,
bullpen.
another Canisius kid, starting to get up to bat now. Anthony Ciesco now up to bat for the Crush.
Wearing number 13 in the bullpen. Lucky number 13.
Singled his first time around. Shows bunt, but he pulls back as that finds right down the middle for strike 1. Ciesco singled his first time up, would eventually come around to score. Groen, as always, operating from the stretch. The 0-1. Popped into shallow right field. Drifting over there is Netzel, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Another 2-pitch at bat. Groen to get through this inning. All he's got to do is just get one more batter because he's been so efficient with these 2 at-bats. It's a bit of a change of pace from the first 4 innings, and I like seeing it.
Gunnar Groen obviously a lot more under control, getting all those pitches to find the strike zone. And now Julio Criazola back up to bat. 1 for 2 so far, singled in the third, but grounded out to short back in the first. The first pitch to Criazola is a changeup, just misses, and the count now 1-0. 2A here in the top of inning number 5. Flames with a 4-3 lead over the Cortland Crush. And Groen, the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down low, pops off of Zarat's chest guard and goes way behind home plate, but still got a lot to work with, Groen does, and counts now even at 1-1.
That bounced higher than as far as the ball went. That was at least 60 feet in the air. 60 feet, 6 inches. Should be correct on that.
That's for sure. Let's hope so. That is correct. It is 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound to home plate. Groen gets set, the 2-0. Line down the right field line, but well foul towards the trees, and the count's now 2-1.
And that's a get-me-over fastball from Groen, but it's a little too hittable. Criazola knew on 2-0 he was probably going to get a good pitch. He laced it, but he laced it foul.
Got a little late on that swing, ended up driving it the other way, too far the other way. Needs to straighten that out if he wants to get a base knock. 2-1 count here on Julio Criazola. Groen is set, the 2-1. That pitch misses high, now 3 balls on Criazola.
And Criazola is a threat on the base pass, so you just got to throw him a strike here, and you got to throw a strike that isn't as hittable as the one Groen threw a couple pitches ago.
Certainly don't want to let him on base. 54 games this past college season, stole 39 bases for Essex Community College. The 3-1. That pitch misses just outside. Groen wanted that one to be a strike. Thought the other team got that call, but instead, Criazola walks over to first with 2 away, and that brings up Dylan Ketch.
And that's the pitch you want to throw if you're Gunnar Groen. with a 3-1 count. That fastball on the outside corner, of course, it just missed. But that's not a hittable fastball on that around that outside part of the plate. It's a good pitch, but he didn't quite hit the plate.
Grizzola with a hefty lead off first as Dylan Ketch up to bat. 0-2 on the night. First pitch is chopped on the ground towards third. DiFilippo fires off to second for the fielder's choice, and that will retire to the side. A painless four-batter inning for the Flames heading into the bottom of inning number 5. The Flames have a 4-3 lead at OCC Stadium here on Team Line. New pitcher for the Cortland Crush, Alex Larson, number 26. The lefty takes the mound. University of Wisconsin Oshkosh product. How'd he do this season, Eric?
Well, the right-handed pitcher pitched in 9 games with Wisconsin Oshkosh, 1-0, with an ERA just above 5. Pitched only 10 1/3 with Wisconsin Oshkosh this season. Did appear against the Onondaga Flames on Sunday. He pitched really well in that outing. Inning and a third, 2 strikeouts, didn't allow a base runner.
That's Adam Gordon up for the Flames as he chops one down the first base line, but just foul. Zach Kelly will pick that up in foul territory, and the count's 0-1.
And Larson's numbers so far in the NYCBL have been fantastic. Two games, one of course against the Flames, as we just mentioned. He's already pitched 4 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. No decisions yet for him, but he's yet to give up a run, and that's the big point right there.
Certainly looking better than he did this past season at Wisconsin Oshkosh. The 0-1 misses down and inside. Count now even at 1-1.
And
the righty Larson in a decent situation here in his first batter.
Yeah, for good first couple pitches to Gordon. Now he needs a strike to take advantage. Gordon needs to get a good one here.
The 1-1 misses down and inside. Count now 2-1.
It's a good take, but an easy one. Now you're ahead in the at-bat.
Gordon so far 1 for 2 on the night. Ground out to first his first time up, and second at-bat caught stealing after getting a single, and that pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count's now knotted up at 2-2. 4-3, the Flames lead here in the bottom of inning number 5. Nobody out with Adam Gordon up to bat. The 2-2 is swung on into right field. Drifting over to it is Kelly, and a diving attempt by the right fielder. That's Dylan Ketch, but he can't make it, and the count stays at 2-2, and Adam Gordon will get another chance.
Oh yeah, that's a lucky break where the ball landed as Ketch tried to slide and make the catch maybe a couple inches away from even the tip of Ketch's glove. It's a tough play to make, but it's a lucky break for the Flames that he wasn't able to make it.
Certainly a valiant effort in right field by Ketch, though. Almost had it. But now a 2-2 count here and another lease on life for Adam Gordon.
That was a great hustle by Zach Kelly and Julio Criazola, too. First baseman and the second baseman, all just about where Ketch was to try and make the catch on the foul ball.
And the 2-2, cut on and missed. Gordon can't get a piece of that fastball, and that's an easy out number one for the Cortland Crush.
That's a fastball right around that inside corner. It's something close. Gordon probably just trying to foul it off. Swinging at anything close, just missed it.
And now with one away, that brings up catcher Jake Zarat. 0 for 2 on the night. Last at bat, flied out to right field. As the first pitch is lined foul down the right field line towards the trees.
And one thing I want to make a note of, on the pitching side for the Flames, 2 shutdown innings in a row. After scoring a run in the third and the fourth innings each, didn't allow a run in the fourth and in the fifth against Cortland.
And the 0-1 misses just outside. Counts now knotted up at 1.
2 important innings to preserve the tie, and then in this inning to preserve the lead.
Catch also working from the stretch as the 1-1's chopped up the middle. A diving stop by Ciesko, but he can't make the throw over to first, and Zarat gets in with an infield single.
And it took a weird hop on the mound. It was a good ground ball from Zarat, but it had a little bouncing movement, but once it got to the back of the mound, it just rolled down the hill and it stayed on the ground on its way towards short, which was some interesting movement. The ball just stayed to the ground. So, the shortstop Ciesko had to make a diving stop to keep it from going into center field.
Alex Larson now with a runner on and 1 out, and that brings up Trace Peterson, 0 for 2 so far. First pitch to Peterson is driven into right field, but well foul, and the count's now 0-1.
Peterson 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to third in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third. Both of his at-bats to this point, the first and third innings, resulted in the conclusion of the inning.
The 0-1. That pitch catches the outside corner on the breaking ball, and the count's now 0-2. A deep hole here for Trace Peterson.
Big spot for Peterson. Just got to foul a few away. Look for his pitch. Just extend the at-bat against Larson.
Zarat leads off first, the 0-2. That pitch looks like it was in the same spot, but just outside, says the home plate umpire, and the count's now 1-2.
I like it when hitters swing at anything close just to foul it away, just because I believe you have to. But that's a good disciplined take by Peterson.
The 1-2 chopped foul down the third base line, and the count stays at 1-2.
Yeah, well, that's a breaking ball that Peterson's out in front of it. He was fooled by it, but he was able to keep the bat in his control, able to just foul it away.
4-3 Flames down the bottom, inning number 5. Cherno leads off first, and a check back at first, and Cherno able to get back there with ease. Cherno, a little bit of a threat on the base pass. Had 5 stolen bases this past season at Columbia, but haven't seen any wheels yet this early as the 1-2 pitch is chopped on the ground to third. Fires to second, fires to first, and they'll get the 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Great defensive work by the Crush as McKeon to Criazola to Kelly goes easy as silk. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base at the end of 5 innings of play. The Flames still have a 4-3 lead. Back at the top of inning number 6, Flames still up 4-3 as Nelson Laviosa goes up to bat against Gunnar Groen, who's out for his 6th inning of work, a workhorse tonight.
And you and I both, B. Ross, are a little surprised to see Groen out there. But again, we don't know his pitch count a whole lot. You know, he's out there for the 6th inning with 3 runs against him, but he has been excellent these last 2. Mike Cordero sticking with a hot hand.
First pitch to Laviosa is a breaking ball that catches the plate. Looks like it just got the bottom corner of the zone, and the count's now 0-1.
Only 1 base runner allowed in the last 2 innings.
Groen also likely has a higher pitch count given the fact he didn't pitch at all this past season at Pepperdine. Groen is set, the 0-1 pitch. That pitch misses high, and the count's now even at 1-1.
And one thing to keep in mind, going back to the 4th inning, on the call at first base, first batter of that 4th inning, Garrett Hunter. He was initially called safe. It was going to be a throwing error on Brian Hart. Then the umpires huddled after Mike Cordero talked to the field umpire. The call was changed. That could have been a momentum shifter for the Flames.
The 1-1 pitch is chopped on the ground towards Groen, over his head. Hart fields, fires to first, and he can't get it there in time. A valiant effort from Brian Hart at short, but he can't beat out the runner, and Laviosa is there with an infield single.
A slower runner, and that's a highlight reel play by Brian Hart. It's a spectacular effort, a spectacular play to even snag it, keep it from going into center field. But Laviosa is a speedy guy running down that first base line, able to beat out the throw from Hart.
Also want to look out for the running on Laviosa's part. 16 stolen bases this past season. And the first pitch to Zach Kelly misses outside. Kelly 1 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to short back in inning number 3, and in the second, he almost came around to score after singling, but on a great gun down effort, thanks to the great cutoff by Jack Cherno, he was gunned down at home. The 1-0 to Zach Kelly misses low, and the count's now 2-0.
And Groen's just got to get his groove back on the mound here. Already 1 hit allowed in the inning. Down 2-0 in the count. Start throwing strikes again.
He's set, the 2-0. That pitch misses inside. No, it catches the corner. Kelly's certainly not happy with that one, and the count's now 2-1.
But that's a pitch to get back in the groove because that's an unhittable fastball in the inside corner. No way Kelly can get good wood on that one.
Counts now 2-1 on Zach Kelly. Laviosa leading off of first. The pitch. That one misses low and inside, and the count's now 3-1 on Zach Kelly.
And you just got to throw a strike here. However, if you want to go with the breaking ball, try and get it to the lower third of the zone, because if you throw a breaking ball to Kelly, maybe he'll roll over one towards third or even towards short. Maybe you get a double play out of it.
Groen looks over towards first at Laviosa and set. The 3-1 pitch. That one misses outside, ball 4. Kelly walks over to first, and Laviosa advances to second, and it looks like this is going to be it for Gunnar Groen. Struggled in the early part, but had a great job his last 3 innings out, and we head into a quick break as there's a quick pitching change to occur here for the Flames. 4-3, the Flames lead. Runners on first and second, and no out in the top of inning number 6. New pitcher on the mound for the Onondaga Flames, Jeff DiStefano. Second-year player for the Flames, the only one who can claim to be a returning player on Onondaga. Played his past freshman season at Canisius College. Didn't pitch that much. 10 innings, only 5 innings pitched. Had a high ERA, but obviously a long way ahead of him in his college career. And showing bunt is Garrett Hunter, but he'll pull back and both the runners will retreat.
And Gunnar Groen's night on the mound looks like this. 5+ innings on the mound. 5 hits allowed, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 3 runs, 2 earned to this point. Both the runners on base, if they score, are charged to him. Didn't hit a batter. Overall solid outing, however.
DiStefano from the stretch. Showing bunt again as Hunter goes right back to the mound. DiStefano fires to first, and that's out number 1.
And that's just a perfect sacrifice bunt by Garrett Hunter. At that point, DiStefano or Zurat, whichever player, gets to the ball first, you just got to throw it to first and get the out. Now, the important at-bat. Now, you just got to get Tyler McKeon out and keep him from scoring a run with that out.
Already 1 batter in, and now checking at DiStefano on the mound is head coach Mike Cordero. Can't imagine what this conference is going to be about. Maybe a defensive strategy here with 2 runners in scoring position and only
strategy.
1 away.
This is all strategy right here. The fact that Robert Anders, the pitching coach, is out there to talk to the whole infield and DiStefano and Zurat as well, with the runners on second and third and 1 away, shows the Flames, they're trying to get as many wins as possible early in the year because they count the same now as they do late in the year. They're up by 1. They don't want to blow another lead. They don't want to give up another big inning.
That brings up Tyler McKeon for the Cortland Crush. 0 for 2 on the night. Lined out to second. And a leaping grab by Cherno. And also grounded out to second his first time up. First pitch misses down and away. And the count's 1-0.
DiStefano, meanwhile, excellent pitcher at Liverpool High School. A career 1.8 ERA. All league, all CNY, all state accolades there.
One of the few local players on this roster, and the 1-0 again misses outside. And the count's now 2-0.
And it's not the worst thing to walk McKeon here with first base open, but obviously you just want to get outs. You just want to get outs, but the only benefit to walking a guy, you fill first base, so then you can get a ground ball double play.
DiStefano from the stretch, 2-0. Driven into right field, but well foul. And the count's now going to be 2-1.
That's a hittable fastball from DiStefano up in the zone. McKeon just wasn't quite with it. I don't think he was expecting a fastball up in the zone. Probably just expecting a get-me-over fastball.
Laviosa leading off of third. Zach Kelly leading off of second. The 2-1 count here on Tyler McKeon after the sacrifice bunt moved the runners over into scoring position, the 2-1. That pitch misses low, and now 3 balls on Tyler McKeon and a tight situation here for the Flames.
I don't like that pitch selection right there. I think you just got to pound the zone against this guy. Pound the zone, make him earn the hit, earn that RBI. But DiStefano just getting a little too cute with the pitches. Don't try and get him to chase. You're already down in the count.
DiStefano gets set, the 3-1 pitch. That pitch, ball 4, races to the backstop, and now scoring is Nelson Laviosa. That's a walk in a wild pitch, and the game's now tied up at 4.
And that he just overthrew the fastball right there. That's through the legs of Jake Zurat, right to the backstop. DiStefano, 3-1 count. He got a little rattled out there. Tried to throw the fastball through Zurat. He did. And now the Crush has tied the game. Golden opportunity for them to take the lead.
Now a tie game 4-4 between the Flames and Crush here, and that brings up Alex Flock with runners on first and third and 1 away. First pitch to Flock is a called strike. Down and away. Flock confused by the call.
Now you desperately need a ground ball double play here. And this is the guy to get that ground ball from Alex Flock. Pair of groundouts to begin his night at the plate.
Ground out to first and over to second as well. That pitch is chopped into shallow right field, but it will actually not reach the outfield as Jack Chernow will drift over and make the catch for out number 2.
A ground ball double play is ideal, but that will also do the trick. An unproductive out. Just a little pop-up to Chernow. A very easy play to make. The runner's forced to stay what they are. And now DiStefano can just focus on the batter, Alex Babcock, at the plate to get the Flames out of this inning with a tie ball game.
Babcock got to bat with 2 away, 0 for 2, but he did reach on an error his first time around. First pitch misses just outside, count 1-0 early on.
The big thing the Flames have to do here, just keep the inning within grasp. You know, the big inning has haunted the Flames in their losses to this year. Already 1 run allowed this inning. Keep it at 1.
Don't want to let the snowball effect happen as the 1-0 is called for a strike on the outside corner, and the count's now 1-1. Zach Kelly taking his lead off third. Tyler McKeon leading off first. Game tied at 4 in the top of inning number 6. And a 1-1 count here with 2 away on Alex Babcock. The pitch is chopped on the ground towards first. Diving stop, but he can't collect it. Trace Peterson lets that one out of his glove. Both runners are safe, and Zach Kelly comes around to score. It's now 5-4. The Cortland Crush lead over the Onondaga Flames.
That's going to be an RBI infield hit. Not much Trace Peterson can do on that. Just a good diving effort to try and get it, but ticks off his glove. Unfortunate play because Chernow was backing him up. And if Peterson doesn't even touch the baseball, perhaps the Flames can still get the runner at first base.
DiStefano hasn't been able to send the Cortland Crush packing this inning, but instead they have now taken the lead. And now up to bat is Anthony Ciesco. First pitch to Ciesco misses outside, count 1-0. You now got 2 more runners on base. And now you're down. You just want to keep this inning from getting out of hand.
Like I said, focus on the batter at the plate. Get that final out. Get out of the inning without giving up 3 or more.
The 1-0 pitch catches the strike zone for a strike, and the count's now even at 1-1.
Like you said, B. Russ, you just can't have that snowball effect. You just can't have it. Avoid the crooked number on the scoreboard. It's important, and perhaps sort of a victory at this point for the Flames to get out of the inning just down 1.
Time is called as DiStefano delivers a pitch that won't count.
The
Late
inning
time
overall
call
is not a victory, but to get out of it down only 1 would be.
Late timeout call there by Anthony Ciesco, and now DiStefano taking a quick break on the mound. Tyler McKeon leads off second. Alex Babcock leads off first. 2 out here in the top of inning number 6 with the Flames down 5-4. The 1-1 pitch cut on and missed. And the count's now 1-2 here on Anthony Ciesco. DiStefano hasn't been able to clean up the mess that was left for him here this inning after Gunnar Groen got to take a seat after 5 innings of work.
And both the runs in this inning have been charged to Groen. 5 innings now for him on the mound. 5 runs, 4 earned.
The 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Anthony Ciesco will run back to the dugout, and 2 men will be left on base for the Cortland Crush, but they'll pick up 2 runs on another 2 hits at the end of 5.5 innings of play. The Crush head into the bottom of the 6th with a 5-4 lead. Bring it back in the bottom of inning number 6. Flames now down 5-4 against the Cortland Crush. And now pinch hitting for the Crush is Casey Kretsch.
Kretsch out of Lemoyne College. Not a lot of at-bats so far for the Flames, just 2. But 1 for 2 in those at-bats. We'll see what he does here.
Nick Garcia takes a rest as Kretsch steps up for his first at-bat of the night against Alex Larson, and the first pitch misses, and the count's 1-0.
Last time the Flames played the Crush, Kretsch was on the mound. Pitched an inning at third, didn't allow a base runner, struck out 2.
The 1-0 pitch misses outside, and he's ahead in the count now, and the count's 2-0.
And for the Flames, you gotta get the momentum back in this inning, and you have to do it by tying this ball game up, because Alex Larson has been spectacular on the mound for the Crush so far this year.
2-0 pitch catches the edge of the strike zone, and the count's now 2-1.
And clearly, it's a result of him being in his rhythm and throwing strikes. You gotta get him out of his rhythm. That's the key to get some runs on the scoreboard here and take
Larson
the lead.
pitching quickly here. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Casey Kretsch took a monster hack at that one. Now he's behind 2-2.
He was expecting fastball, but he did not get a fastball. Started right down the middle, dipped low and away. 2-2.
The 2-2 pitch, chopped on the ground towards third. Fielding is McKeon, fires to first for out number 1.
That looked like the same pitch from Larson that time, but it was a little more hittable as Kretsch was able to ground it off the end of the bat to the left side. Probably one where he's just trying to foul it off. Turned into a bit of a reach at the end, just trying to make contact with the breaking ball in a 2-strike count. Rolled over it to third base, and there's 1 away now in the 6th.
1 away in the 6th, and that brings up A.J. DiFilippo. And if you want a guy to give you offense, look at this guy. He had a monster shot to right field back in the 4th.
Instant offense to give the Flames the lead at the time.
First pitch from Larson misses it high and outside. The count's 1-0. Larson pitching quickly here, the 1-0. Pitch misses low and away. The count's now 2-0. DiFilippo getting ahead in the count here. More likely to see a pitch he's going to want to hit.
And this is how you want to start at bat if you're any Flames hitter.
The 2-0. Driven into right center field, but drifting over to that one is Laviosa. And a near collision there in right center field. But coming away with that one is going to be the right fielder, Dylan Ketch, for out number 2.
Well, DiFilippo with a good swing on it, but the pitch was a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Hit it off the end of the bat, didn't quite get all of it. And then out in right center field, that Laviosa and Ketch, they just got to communicate a little better. Almost ran into each other as a result of a lack of communication.
Got the out nonetheless, though, and with 2 away, that brings up Brian Hart. 2 for 2 on the night as the first pitch is a called strike. Hart tripled back in the second inning, brought in a run, and he singled back in the 4th as that pitch is called a ball, count even at 1-1.
Hart now the only player in the Flames order that hasn't been retired to this point in the game, knock on wood.
The 1-1 pitch, that one catches the bottom left corner of the strike zone, and the count's now 1-2.
Now you have to extend the at-bat if you're Brian Hart. 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th inning. Flames got to do their best to avoid the shutdown inning from Cortland this time around.
Hart calls time, gets back in the box quickly. 1-2 count, 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 6 as that one is driven into shallow left field for a base hit. Hart still unretired tonight, 3 for 3 in this one.
Hence the reason I said knock on wood. 3 for 3. Pair of base hits after the triple in the first inning. Now Mike Stefan a chance to keep it going, try and put a little rally together. At least tie this game up perhaps here in the 6th.
A big 2-out hit here. Possibility for a rally with Mike Stefan at the plate. Stefan 0 for 2 so far, so a bit of a counter from Brian Hart. Struck out and grounded out in his 2 plate appearances. First pitch misses high and outside. Count now 1-0.
And Stefan 0 for 2, but good situational hitter. Back in the second inning, RBI ground out. Good situational hit, and you get the run in from third base.
1-0 pitch catches the strike zone. And the count's now even at 1-1.
And Stefan's just got to remain patient at the plate, look for his pitch, work the count, make Larson earn the third out.
Check on Hart at first, but he gets back safely. 5-4 the Crush lead in the bottom of inning number 6. 2 away here. Runner on first base with Mike Stefan up with a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch as Hart goes, and it's fouled back. So Hart's going to have to go back to first base, and the count's now going to be 1-2 on Mike Stefan.
That was a good pitch to hit from Stefan. Just probably not expecting that hittable fastball on the upper part of the plate. Able to foul it off. Now he's just got to fight.
Hart aching to go. The 1-2 pitch is driven into center field, but drifting into that one is Laviosa, and he'll make the running catch for out number 3. So not a 1-2-3 inning, but an efficient one nonetheless for the Crush as they head into the top of inning number 7 with a 5-4 lead.
Welcome back to OCC Stadium for the beginning of the 7th inning between the Crush and the Flames. The Crush with a 5-4 lead over Onondaga. Jeff DiStefano set to begin his first full inning of work on the mound for Onondaga in his team debut. Came in for relief at Gunnar Groen in the top of the 6th. First one to Julio Criazola is a slow breaky ball over the outside corner, strike 1. Criazola begins the 4th turn through the order for Cortland. He's 1 for 2 at the plate tonight with a walk. 0-1. Breaky ball found the dirt, bounced away from Zurab, but not too far. No harm, no foul with nobody on base. 1-1 the count.
DiStefano still clean on his ERA. Got 2 runs home last inning, but those were put on base by Gunnar Groen.
The line for Gunnar Groen, 5 innings plus, 5 runs, 4 earned, 5 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. As the 1-1 pitch is low and in for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike to the Crush second baseman. And DiStefano has the side ready to deal the 2-1. The sidearm lefty fouls it back to the backstop rather. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you were commenting about it a little bit. We didn't notice it until now that, and it's surprising on our part, shows that we have terrible eyesight. 4th sidearm pitcher for the Flames, Jeff DiStefano. 2-2. Hit in the air, line drive, caught by Hart with a leap. And that's the first out here in the top of the 7th inning. How about the hops from Brian Hart?
Big hops from Brian Hart. You got middle infielders with massive verticals tonight as Jack Cherno over at second has also had a couple of leaping catches of his own.
That's the first out of the 7th inning, and Dylan Ketch, the right fielder, now steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 in total against the Flames this season. First one to him, he squared up the bunt but pulled it back on a breaking ball low and away. It's ball 1, the count 1-0.
You know, with Ketch struggling, even a bunt single can get you back in the rhythm, can get you feeling good, and get you out of that mental slump.
But the problem with that first pitch is now the Flames perhaps are expecting it. Doesn't look like it, though. The infield's still relatively back as Ketch swings and misses, rather fouls a pitch in the dirt for strike one, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. And it is an interesting note how Ketch has done against the Flames compared to other teams. 28 bats on the year, 7 against Onondaga, 0 for 7 against the Flames, 8 of 13 against everybody else. What do you think's happening?
I don't really know. I think he's just not used to this, whatever style these Flames pitchers are throwing on. There are a few sidearmers, so that might have something to do with it. DiStefano, as well as Jake Griffin and a few others, are certainly confusing.
1-1 popped up, left side, shallow left field, out to get it is Hart. Calling him off and charging in to make the catch is the left fielder Mike Stefan for the second out. And now Dylan Ketch is 0 for 8 against the Flames this season. Nelson Laviosa, the center fielder, now steps up to the plate. Laviosa, not Laviosa, as we learned from Harry Potter back in the first movie, or the first book, depending on which side you're on, book or movie. First one to Laviosa is a fastball over the plate for strike one. The count is 0-1. He started the 2-run sixth inning for Cortland with a base hit. Came around to score the tying run in this ball game. 0-1. Breaking ball finds the dirt. Count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, with 2 away, you're here. DiStefano definitely just wants to get that quick third out, get a quick inning, get the momentum back on the Flames side.
1-1 finds the dirt again with another breaking ball. Count out 2 balls and a 1 strike to Laviosa. Very important inning with the Flames down just 1 late in this ball game. They need a run, at least 1, as Laviosa laces it through the infield and into center for a base hit. His second hit of the night, he's 2 for 3. And the Crush stays alive in this top of the 7th. Now it's Zach Kelly, the first baseman for Cortland, a 1 for 2 on the night. As we mentioned earlier, he's hit the only home run of the year for the Cortland Crush, the only home run against the Flames as well. As the fastball finds the outside corner for strike one, counts on 1. That home run did not come tonight. That came in Cortland against the Flames on Sunday afternoon. He went the other way. It was a relatively small ballpark. 310 down the lines, 345 to the gaps. Much smaller than OCC Stadium as the 0-1 is a breaking ball low and in. Zarat keeps it in front of him. A great stop by him. That is ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike.
You know, he hasn't been perfect back there tonight, but Jake Surratt playing great defense, a huge upgrade from Trace Peterson. Obviously not, he was in his natural position, but obviously a transitioning first baseman, so having a more experienced, more talented catcher back there is definitely a huge upgrade.
And the 1-1 is lined out towards right field, dropped in for a base hit by Kelly. Stopping at second is Laviosa. And the Crush is putting together a 2-out rally here. Runners at first and second, 2 away.
This is not what you want if you're Jeff DiStefano. You want to get out of this inning, and you want to get out of it now. Especially with Garrett Hunter up. He already has doubled tonight, and you don't want an offensive threat like him up.
Well, it looks like the Flames are about to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. Robert Anders, the pitching coach, out to the mound to talk with DiStefano, Zarat, and the whole infield. We haven't seen this really on the mound a whole lot tonight, but the chemistry, perhaps, between DiStefano and Zarat, both out of Canisius College, both, just returning from the NCAA tournament on the mound tonight. What have you seen from them as a tandem?
Well, for them as a tandem, obviously, you've seen Zarat being able to kind of know where those bad pitches are going, be able to get in front of them for DiStefano. There was one that went between his legs and ended up bringing home a run. That's something that almost no catcher is able to stop unless he wants to get hit in the crown jewels.
Yeah, that went right through the 5-hole of Zarat, but there was nothing he could do about it. Garrett Hunter, a fellow catcher at the plate now for Cortland. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Sacrifice bunt his last time up. First one on him, a fastball that misses the outside corner. Ball 1, the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter reached on a double in the second inning. Zach Kelly was gunned down trying to score from first, but Hunter ended up scoring later in the inning on a wild pitch to open the scoring in this ball game. 1-0 breaking ball low in. Zarat corrals it there. 2 balls, no strikes. One note on Zarat. Perhaps as a baseball player, he was destined to be a catcher. Also a hockey player at Williamsville North High School. He was a goalie, appropriately.
Those goalies, man, they're crazy, and so are the baseball catchers as well.
First team all-conference as a goalie, too, as it's lined into right field and a base hit by Hunter. Rounding third, no, and stopping there is Nelson Laviosa. Had to slam on the brake pedal over there as Bill McConnell was giving him the stop sign. Bases are loaded with 2 away. Are you sending him there, B. Ross?
You know, if you're Jeff DiStefano on the mound, you need to calm down. You need to remember you have 2 outs and just focus on the fact that it's you and the batter. It's a force at any base. And Tyler McKeon, he walked in his last time up to bat, but he's also gotten himself out in his first 2 at-bats.
He is 0 for 2 overall. A big spot here to try and extend the lead for Cortland as he grounds one hard towards short. Hart corrals it. Throw to second base. Cherno is in time. And that will retire the side. The Flames get out of a massive jam. They preserve the 1-run deficit. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. 3 men left on base for the Cortland Crush. It's stretch time from OCC Stadium. Flames trail the Crush 5-4 here on Team Line. Nine one two in the Flames order for the bottom of the 7th inning. Alex Larson back on the bump for the Cortland Crush in his 3rd inning of work out of the bullpen. What have you liked out of him so far, B. Ross?
Alex Larson's just been getting those quick outs. Both the innings, he's only had 4 batters, and those outs have come very quickly for him.
First one, a Cherno, a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1, the count 0-1. He's Brandon Ross. I'm Eric Moon with you on the Flames' first Team Line broadcast of the season. Thank you for joining us tonight. As the 0-1 is the fastball on the outside corner, swung on miss for strike 2, and the count is no balls, 2 strikes.
Cherno's already got a hit in tonight's contest. He's made contact both times he's been up to bat.
0-2, fastball just missed the inside corner. It's ball 1, the count 1-2. And something I'm noticing, B. Ross, please help explain to the audience why Cherno is choking up on the bat here. A little fundamentals, perhaps.
Well, I think he just wants to get around on him. Looks like Larson's throwing some good heat. He wants to get to the ball quicker, rather.
The breaking ball in the dirt is swung on miss for strike 3. Cherno goes down swinging, and that's the first out of the 7th.
Maybe he got around on that one too quick.
Yeah, expecting the fastball after the first 3 pitches were all fastballs. Now to the top of the order for the 4th time through the batting lineup tonight, Mike Netzel, the right fielder. He's 2 for 3. And the first one to him here is a fastball over the plate for strike 1. Counters no balls and 1 strike. Netzel reached on in his first 2 plate appearances as he hits one in the air high to right field. Catch charged in at the beginning. Now he slowed up to make the catch. 2 quick outs in the 7th.
Easy out there for the Crush. A theme for when Alex Larson's been on the mound. These outs have just been coming really easy for him, and the Flames aren't giving him any challenges.
Now Adam Gordon to try and extend the inning. The center fielder is 1 for 3 on the night. RBI single in the 3rd inning. Tied the game at 3 at the time. Obviously now a 5-4 Cortland lead. As the first one to Gordon is a fastball up for ball 1. The count is 1-0. The score is the same except flipped the other way around going into the bottom of the 8th when the Crush put 3 on the board to take a 7-5 lead on Sunday. As the fastball finds the dirt and it gets away from the catcher Hunter. It's ball 2, the count 2-0.
Gordon, he got that single, but it's still not the best day for him. He grounded out to first the first time around. He got that single, but he got caught stealing after trying to advance to second, and then he struck out in his 3rd at bat.
And he hits one in the air high and pretty deep towards right center. Both Laviosa and Catch after a catch will make the catch right at the warning track, and it's the final out of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base. Flames go down to 1-2-3, and we're on to the 8th inning. The Flames trail the Crush 5-4. Back for the 8th inning here from OCC Stadium. Flames trail the Crush 5-4. Bottom of the order for the Crush, it is Alex Flock, the left fielder, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Left-hand batter facing the left-handed pitcher Jeff DiStefano, beginning the 2nd full inning of work. First one to Flock is a breaking ball low and in. Ball 1.
Jeff DiStefano, another pitcher who didn't have a lot of action his freshman year, probably having a high pitch count here, a very loose leash with how much he throws.
Allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, but no runs have been charged to him to this point. As the breaking ball is low and away for ball 2, the count 2-0. I say charged to him because he came in the 6th inning, and he was the one on the mound when both Crush runs in that inning scored to take the lead, but both runners got on base thanks to Gunnar Groen on the mound.
Got some fireworks out in left field.
2-0. Ground ball is foul down the first base line. Strike 1. The count 2-1. As B. Ross noted, enjoying a little fireworks out of left field. You see it on our camera as well.
Interesting to see if DiStefano uses the distraction to his advantage.
A little bit more of a disadvantage to a left-hand batter than a right-handed batter. As the breaking ball finds the dirt, 3 balls, 1 strike to Flock. And clearly from those fireworks, somebody's having a great Friday night. Don't you think, B. Ross?
Oh, that's for sure. It's a month before the 4th of July, but hey, Never a bad time to pull out the fireworks.
And don't forget the Flames are playing here on the 4th of July against the Rome Generals. As the breaking ball finds the outside corner, and the count runs full and out of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget about all the promotions here at the ballpark. Tonight is Town of DeWitt night here at OCC Stadium. All the promotions are listed on the Flames team schedule on OnondagaFlames.com. Fastball just missed the outside corner, and Flock is on with a leadoff walk.
That's certainly not what you want if you're Jeff DiStefano. I don't know if anyone was on the bullpen, but he's certainly winding down his efforts tonight.
Robert Anders, the pitching coach, making a visit to the mound. He's looking over to the bullpen. We didn't see anybody warming up there.
But
that will be
get
his
a pitching
night.
change.
DiStefano gives the ball to Robert Anders. New pitcher comes in. It's Jake Griffin. We'll tell you a little bit more about him when we come back. Welcome back for the continuation at the top of the 8th inning. The new pitcher is Jake Griffin with a runner on first and nobody out. 4th appearance already on the year for Griffin out of Johns Hopkins, a native of Cleveland, Tennessee. So far, 5 1/3 innings. A hit allowed, 3 runs, all earned. 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. And he is 0-1 on the year. An ERA just above 5, but again, not many numbers. Not enough numbers to really, for that ERA number to matter a whole lot. Sidewinder with a breaking ball that finds the outside corner. Strike 1 to Alex Babcock. You know what, Jeff DiStefano, the book is still open. The runner on first, if he scores, is charged to DiStefano. 2 innings, 4 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and no runs allowed to this point. 0-1. Squaring up to bunt and bunting it is Babcock. The throw to first from Zurot is in time. On to second is Flock, 1 away.
Quick bunt there to move up the runner from first to second. There is 1 out, though, so there's still a lot of inning to be played, but they're already at a disadvantage.
Anthony Ciesco now, the shortstop, up to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the inning. A little small ball from Cortland rather. They've been playing small ball against the Flames throughout the first 2 contests between these two. As the pitch finds the outside corner for strike 1, the count is 0-1. The difference in the game was a pair of suicide squeezes by the Crush on Sunday. 2 of them each got a run home. One of them the game winner. As the 0-1 is a breaking ball that finds the lower third. Strike 2, and the count's quickly 0-2 on Ciesco.
Down 2. You got the runner on second. You want to stay up and try to get that runner to advance, even if it's not the best pitch. So fouling off for your pitch may not be the best strategy here.
So Ciesco with an 0-2 count. Probably just trying to work the count. The main objective, get the runner at least to third base. Big lead, and proved to be a distraction was Alex Flock at second base, just bouncing in and out, side to side, with a big lead off second base. How distracting is that for a pitcher, B. Ross?
You know, it kind of ticks you off when you're on the mound. You just want to throw with the batter, but you have to worry about him.
0-2. Swing and a miss. And a breaking ball dipping away from the zone. Down goes Ciesco on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, sir. 2 away, and the runner's still on second.
That's a huge out for Jake Griffin. Now he doesn't really need to worry as much about the runner on second. He could just focus on getting Julio Criazola right here.
And Criazola begins the 5th turn through the order for the Crush. He is 1 for 3 so far. First one to Criazola is fouled towards the Crush dugout. It's strike 1. The count is 0-1. Criazola grounded out to short his first time up, leading off the game. Single in the 3rd inning. He was stranded at third base. A walk in the 5th. He was not really stranded at first base. He was out at second on fielder's choice in the next at bat. And he lined out to short. A 1. Fouled back to the backstop. Strike 2. Count is quickly 0-2. Good job by Griffin to get up 0-2 on the last 2 batters.
And also getting out of this inning unscathed. Looks like we'll have to see him hope that he gets the strikeout here. But if he can get this out, it's huge for the Flames. They can carry the momentum into the bottom half.
And they need that momentum to get at least 1 run on the board. Flames haven't scored since the 4th inning on an A.J. DiFilippo home run. Fastball just missed the outside corner. Jake Surratt thought it was strike 3, and he took a few steps towards the Flames dugout. Now he's talking with the home plate umpire, shaking his head a little bit.
You know, pitchers and catchers are most prone to that little sense of cockiness that, okay, we're done. But, you know, it's up to the umpire whether you're done or not.
It was a pretty good pitch from Griffin, according to the home plate umpire. Just missed. Maybe even just an inch off the outside corner. That one is well outside. Just a breaking ball trying to get Criazola to chase. Didn't quite. It's ball 2. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now the 2-2 count, you really want to get the strike zone here. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're going to have Flock on second running on a 3-2 pitch.
2-2. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Griffin gets him swinging. He strikes out the final 2 batters to strand a runner in scoring position. The Flames go into the bottom of the 8th, just down 1. It is 5-4 Cortland after 7.5 here on T-Line. Fireworks still going in left field. And the Flames on the diamond, they need some fireworks to get at least 1 run home to tie this ball game up. Time for the bottom of the 8th inning. Heart of the Flames order 3-4-5. Facing Alex Larson in his 4th inning of relief. Surratt fouls it away off the netting on the first pitch of the inning. Count is 0-1. Alex Larson, B. Ross, He has just been amazing this season. He's through 3 innings untouched tonight.
Absolutely not, and he hasn't been touched the rest of the time he's pitched either. Still not a run allowed in his over 7 innings of work.
Pitch was in the dirt, but Zurrat was caught chasing, and the count's quickly 0-2 in this at-bat. Flames went down to 1-2-3 in the 7th, stranded a base runner in the 6th, and the 5th ended with a ground ball double play. Zurrat lines it towards short. It's a nice snag. There, the throw to first is in time. Not sure if it'll count as a line out to the shortstop Ciesco. Looked like just a little hop in the glove, but either way, Zurrat's out on a nice play.
Definitely a nice play there by the shortstop.
And now it's Trace Peterson, the first baseman, up to the plate. Zurrat hit it hard, but he hit it to the wrong spot, right at an opposing player. First one to Peterson, a fastball low and away for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Peterson trying to get going at the plate tonight. 0-for-3 with a ground out, a strikeout, and a ground ball double play. As the 1-0 is a breaking ball in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Peterson ahead in this at-bat.
Peterson needs to get ahead. They need a base runner. Maybe a base runner can finally get things going, even though it hasn't done it for them already.
2-0 to Peterson. Fastball chopped down the third base line, but it'll go foul. And Mike Cordero with the silky mitts makes the nice play at third base.
Can you please stop saying silky mitts, or will you refuse to stop saying it?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I find something better than silky mitts to say.
You won't, Eric.
Nifty hands? Might take some time as Peterson flies one out to right field, and Catch will make the grab for the second out of the 8th inning. As the finale just finished in left field on the fireworks, as we see a pinch hitter for Onondaga at the plate. Marshall Wynn pinch hits for Casey Kretsch in the DH spot in the order, the 5th spot in the order. Kretsch in his only plate appearance was 0-for-1 with a ground out to third base. As time is called, conference on the mound for the Cortland Crush. A very brief one. Tyler Mattoon was out there maybe 5-10 seconds to talk to the infield, the catcher Hunter and the pitcher Larson. Probably a little scouting report, don't you think, for Marshall Wynn?
I'm sure it's his first at-bat on the night. They just probably want to familiarize the pitcher and the catcher with his tendencies and what the best strategy is going to be to get him out.
The DH spot in the order for the Flames is 0-for-2 tonight. Nick Garcia 0-for-1, a walk and a run scored. Scored the first Flames run of the night. And then Casey Kretsch grounded out the third and the 6th inning, as we just mentioned. Marshall Wynn out of the University of Albany at the plate. We talked about Jake Zurrat being a hockey goalie earlier. Well, Marshall Wynn, also a hockey player, this time at West Genesee High School. As the first one is a breaky ball in the dirt for ball 1. The count is 1-0. 4-year letter winner, 2017 Hardhead Award and Leo Burns 7th Man Award. As the pitch finds the zone to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to win as Larson approaches 50 pitches. 1-1. Fastball finds the inside corner, 1-2 the count.
I remain convinced that you're giving all these hockey notes just because your Caps won the championship
This is
last night.
not because of that. These are some interesting notes about these guys, all right?
Yes, and
But
they've
honestly,
already played.
Honestly, as good of a time as now to talk about hockey, as the breaking ball is outside for ball 2. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haven't gotten around to mention them before, so might as well. Two from Larson. Fastball grounded towards the left side. Diving stop there by Ciesco, but he bobbles it. Probably would have been an infield single anyway for Marshall Wynn. And the Flames are staying alive here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
You know, it doesn't mean a lot against a pitcher like this who has done well with runners on base, but still a monumental step to get that first runner on base.
And now A.J. DiFilippo up to the plate, 2-for-3 on the night. He has the biggest hit of the night for either side. when you talk about length and power. Home run down the right field line. As we will see a pitching change is being made for the Cortland Crush. We'll tell you all about the new Cortland pitcher when we come back. This is Onondaga Flames Baseball on Team Line. Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning. The continuation. Runner on first base and 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Flames trail the Crush 5-4. New pitcher for the Cortland Crush is Michael Viveros out of South Virginia University. Native of North Scituate. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Rhode Island. As the pitch just misses the outside corner. For ball 1, the count is 1-0 to DiFilippo. Numbers on the night for Alex Larson. 3 2/3 innings. No runs allowed so far. 3 hits, no walks, 2 Ks. As the pitch finds the inside corner. Strike 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. What was your biggest takeaway from Alex Larson tonight, B. Ross?
Larson could not be touched. He gave up a couple of hits, but he was unstoppable, essentially.
DiFilippo with a fly ball into center field, and the diving catch is made by Laviosa. And that will retire the side. Laviosa robs DiFilippo of potentially a game-tying hit. And the Flames still trail the Crush going to the 9th inning. 5-4, Cortland. Back for the 9th. 2-3-4 in the Cortland order. Dylan Ketch, the right fielder, to lead things off. He's 0-4 on the night, as we mentioned. Struggles against the Flames, but he has been tearing up the baseball against everybody else. 0-8 against Onondaga, 8 of 13 against everybody else. Jake Griffin on for his first full inning for Kutch lays down the bunt down the third base line. Barehanded by DiFilippo. Throw to first is not in time. Peterson stretched off the first base bag about as far as he could to snag it, but beating it out perhaps anyway was Dylan Ketch for the bunt single.
Not off to a great start here for the Flames, but still just a runner on first and nobody out. Still a double play opportunity presents itself as well.
First pitch of the inning, Dylan Ketch catches everybody off guard with a bunt single towards third base. A valiant effort by the Flames defense, but just not enough to get the first out of the inning. Here's Nelson Laviosa, the center fielder. Runner goes, and the hit and run. Laviosa hits a fly ball to right. Netzel makes the running catch. Back to first base is Ketch. And there's one away here in the ninth. 2 pitches, a hit, and an out.
Mike Netzel had to really work hard to track that one down. I think he got it by the skin of his teeth out there, but that's good for out number 1.
Great hustle from the Flames defense to begin this ninth inning. 1 out to show for it, and here's Zach Kelly, the first baseman. 2 for 3 on the night for Cortland. And the first one of him from Griffin is an inside-out foul to the right side. Strike 1, the count is 0-1. Kelly scored a run in the 6th inning after reaching on a walk. His singles came in the 2nd and 7th innings. Throw over to first from Griffin is not in time. Just checking on Dylan Ketch over there. That was Ketch's first hit in 9 tries against Onondaga. And the 0-1 from to Kelly. It's a breaking ball that dips just below the zone for ball 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. And B-Ross, a ground ball would be perfect here for the Flames.
This would be an optimal situation, obviously, with a runner on first. You get the double play and you get out of the inning with a chance to get that final run back.
Easier said than done. The 1-1 is outside the hit on the stolen base attempt. Safe as catch over there. I thought it was going to be a hit and run, but Kelly didn't swing. And as a result, a stolen base by Dylan Ketch. That negates the double play opportunity.
Certainly not what you want if you're the Flames. You wanted that chance to get the double play and get out, but instead Griffin's going to have to work for these 2 manually himself.
Perhaps okay to get for the runner to go to third, but you just got to keep him from scoring as the breaking ball is outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Zach Kelly. Excellent hitters count now, and you got to throw him a strike here.
Absolutely. You can't afford to walk him here, though that would put the double play opportunity back on the board, but then you have to deal with the heart of the order still.
Time is called. Griffin took a step off the rubber, just trying to get comfortable once again on the mound. Get and set for this big 3-1 delivery. Here it is. And the pitch is low and away for ball 4, well off the plate. And that was ball 3. It was actually a 2-2 pitch. We did not see the home plate umpire and the stolen base attempt make a strike call on that. That is our bad. So the count now full now to Zach Kelly. And here's the payoff from Griffin. Line drive down the right field line. That's going to get down and head to the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Dylan Ketch. He will score easily. Kelly rounds second. Takes a big stop around that second base bag. Lifts up the bow. Shoots the arrow into the sky. And the Crush takes a 6-4 lead.
That's certainly not what you want if you're the Flames. Now you have to crawl back from an even bigger deficit when you get up to hit in the bottom of the ninth.
So the Flames now need 2 to tie it, 3 to win it in the bottom of the ninth, and that's for now. 1 out, runner in scoring position again, and Garrett Hunter, the catcher, at the plate. First one from Griffin. Breaking ball low and away for ball 1. The count, 1 ball and no strikes, and Griffin has been very good on the mound for the Flames throughout this whole season to this point, but he's had some struggles against the Crush.
Absolutely. He still hasn't gotten a hit yet in his opportunities so far. Correction, he did get a hit his last time up. But he has still struggled.
1-0. Fastball finds the outside corner for strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. to Hunter. A 2-for-3 night for him. Double in the second, single in the seventh, and in between a ground out and a sac bunt. 1-1. Pitch is outside for ball two, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And it appears that Griffin just having a little trouble finding the zone here.
Certainly not what he wants here. He needs to keep the pitches in the strike zone. He needs to get those outs.
Griffin checks on the runner at second, and the 2-1. Fouled back to the backstop. It is strike 2. Count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter wearing number 40, tonight listed as number 35 on the Cortland roster. Similar situation with Julio Criazola, wearing number 11 tonight, John McGeary's jersey, as Hunter swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 3, and a big out number 2 here in the 9th.
That's huge. You need to get that second out, get the momentum back. You want to get out of this inning as quickly and as painless as humanly possible.
And now with the 1 out to get, Jake Griffin just has to focus on the batter at the plate. Tyler McKeon, the third baseman, who is 0 for 3 tonight, only has reached on a walk. Came in the 6th inning. He was stranded at second. First one of him, a fastball up and away for ball 1. Forced Zurat out of his crouch. 1-0 the count. Pair of groundouts as well for McKeon at the plate, and a pop out to second. That's a beautiful breaking ball from Griffin, and it finds the inside corner for strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike to McKeon.
If you're Griffin here, you just need to pound the zone, get those last strikes, force the out, or get the out yourself.
1-1. Fastball up and away. 2-1 the count. Last 3 hitters, he struggled to find the zone after getting some contact against the first 2 hitters on the first pitch of the at-bat. Now in a jam here after giving up one run already here in the top of the 9th inning, as the fastball misses the outside corner for ball 3. Now an excellent hitter's count for Tyler McKeon. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Tyler McKeon here in a great situation, and now Jake Griffin really needs to just find the zone. Even if it's a pitch he can hit, just throw it in there. You got to get a strike here.
Here's a 3-1. That's a breaking ball low and away. McKeon walked on 5 pitches. He occupies first base now. And it's Alex Flock, the left fielder, to the plate.
Down 2 runs, the last thing you can afford is more base runners in a tight situation.
And now Jake Griffin, who will throw his 20th pitch of the inning right here. We'll try and get out of the jam by getting Alex Flock out at the plate. Or get a base runner out. First one to Flock finds the... Oh, just missed the outside corner. Looked like the home plate umpire was about to make the strike call. Might have been some shouting from the Flames dugout. The home plate umpire stretched out his left arm. Said, I don't want to hear it. 1-0 the count. Here it is. Foul to the backstop by Flock. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the Flames seem a little upset with the strike zone, B-Ross.
It's been a little bit on and off all day. Certainly a lot of pitches seeming to go one way for another team and one way for themselves.
A little inconsistency, but not favoring either side unless you look at specific situations. The 1-1, another foul to the backstop by Flock. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You even saw an umpire self-admitted mistake earlier when we thought it was going to be an E6 on Brian Hart, but instead they ruled at the last second that Trace Peterson had gotten his foot on the bag and gotten the out.
Got on the bag before the runner could get to the first base bag as the 1-2 is fouled to the left side and out of play. Down the hill. 1 ball and 2 strikes again. 23 pitches in the inning for Jake Griffin after, in the 8th inning, came in after the walk to Flock by DiStefano. Took him 9 pitches to retire all 3 batters he faced. 1 on a sac bunt, and then a pair of strikeouts. 1-2. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Got Flock to reach out of the zone. and that will retire the side. But the Crush gets an insurance run on the board. Flames need 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Put your rally caps on, folks. The bottom of the 9th is next. Welcome back for the bottom of the 9th inning. Hope you have your rally caps on, folks, because the Flames need it. They're down 2 runs to begin the bottom of the 9th inning. 7-8-9 in the Flames' order against a new pitcher, Jonathan Treisler, out of Hampton Sydney College. B. Ross.
Jonathan Treisler got a little bit of playing experience this year. He also hit quite a bit. 320 in 36 games, 3 home runs on the offensive side of the plate, but also an ERA just above 4 in 29 innings of work, 3-1 record, and 3 saves to go along with it.
Didn't pitch against the Flames back on June 3rd, but he did hit. He was the designated hitter, went 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. As the fastball is right down Broadway for strike 1 to Brian Hart. As a couple of the Cortland fans here are loud and proud in support of their Cortland Crush right now. 0-1. Breaking ball. That's a beauty on the outside corner. Strike 2. The count is 0-2 to Hart. Hasn't been retired to this point in the game. The only Flame to not be retired at the plate. Knock on wood.
Brian Hart 3 for 3, 2 singles, and that triple back in the second. He would come around to score in his own right after getting the RBI.
It was his triple scored the first Flames around the game, tied the game at 1 at the time. He scored the second. 0-2. Swing and miss at a hard fastball. Hart goes down on 3 pitches, and that's the first out of the 9th inning.
A big first out there for the Crush, and now the Flames are sort of back on their heels, pushed against the wall here. Got to make up for 2 runs behind with only 2 outs to work with.
And the start on the mound by Jonathan Treisler. Wow. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, see you later. As the fastball finds the outside corner. Strike 1 to Mike Stefan, the left fielder, who's 0 for 3 tonight with an RBI ground out. 0-1. Another fastball over the plate. Strike 2, the count is 0-2. And from the looks of it, B. Ross, he's just pounding the zone with that fastball.
Mike Stefan's just caught so off guard. Not all fastballs, too. He's just getting them all in the zone, and they can't touch him.
0-2. Fastball is outside for ball 1. The count is 1-2. And a couple of the pitchers are keeping track of the pitch speeds. I believe it's a Cortland Crush pitcher down there, maybe 1 or 2. We don't have a great angle of it. Keeping track of the radar gun. I would love to see what the speeds are on that radar gun, because that is a powerful fastball from Treisler.
Oh, absolutely. We can't see the pitch speeds. Obviously, we don't have an in-house tracking system, but I'd love to see that.
1-2 breaking ball was low and in the dirt. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Stefan. And now he's settling into the at-bat a little bit because Treisler's missed with the last 2. Here is the 2-2. The fastball misses outside. Ball 3. Stefan's battled back with good discipline from 0-2 now to 3-2.
Absolutely. He saw those 3 balls all outside, and he's just getting himself back in this at-bat. Now he just wants to see if it's his pitch, if not, foul it off.
The payoff. Fastball misses the outside corner. And the tie-in run will come to the plate. Stefan on first. Cherno up to bat. How do you like that at bat from Mike Stefan, B. Ross?
Working back from 0-2 to get the walk, that's the epitome of a patient plate approach.
And now Jack Cherno, who's 1 for 3 on the night, stepping up to the plate. Big hole on the right side. As Cherno lays down the bunt down the third base line. Glove hand made, and the throw to first is not in time. Cherno legs it out from on a bunt single. Tyler McKeon with a nice snag, charging in, but the throw was not in time. Now the tie-in run's on base, and Bill McConnell wants to talk to the home plate umpire.
Bill McConnell certainly not happy with that call, but that's huge for the Flames. You now have runners on first and second with 1 away, and now you have the top of the lineup coming up. You got Mike Netzel up, and it looks like Jake Evans is going to pinch hit behind him if it gets to that.
And unlike the first time with a call at first base, the umpires will not convene, and the call will stay the same. And this one looked a little bit closer than the last one on that throw, on what would have been a thrown error by Brian Hart, but turned into a routine ground out.
Well, it just emphasizes the inconsistencies with the umpires tonight. Not saying it's favoring one team or the other, but just a little bit of inconsistency to be for sure.
Either way, great hustle by Jack Cherno to get on base, the bunt single, as the fastball finds the inside corner for strike 1 to Mike Netzel. Count is 0-1. So the 2 runs that the Flames need are both on base. Netzel at the plate is 2 for 4. However, his 2 hits came in his first 2 at-bats as he fouls one away hard off the netting. So hard it came right back to Zach Kelly at first base. Count is 0-2.
An 0-2 count here. If you're Mike Netzel, you want to get your pitch. You have 2 runners on base with 1 away, down 2 runs. You want your pitch. If it's not yours and it's in the zone, foul it off. If it's a ball, take it.
0-2 from Treisler. Breaking ball in the dirt. Netzel thought about off-right-handed it, but he chose to hold up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Netzel.
That's the kind of plate discipline that Mike Netzel needs in this kind of situation.
Only the second appearance, meanwhile, on the mound for Jonathan Treisler on the year. Pitched 1 inning, struck out 2, didn't allow a run. 1-2 to Netzel as a swing and a foul off the netting to the right side, just above the crushed dugout. And we'll do it again, still 1-2.
It's exactly the approach that I've already said this multiple times, but Netzel doing exactly what he needs to do. Strikes that aren't in his zone, just send them away and get another pitch. Get the one you want, and if it's a ball, just let it sail by.
And with 1 out, you just got to get you got to move up the runners any way you can. As the 1-2 swing on missed on a breaking ball in the dirt. Netzel goes down swinging, and that's the second out of the 9th. The runners forced to stay at their respective bases.
He got caught out in front on that one. That's certainly not what he wanted. As there's now 2 outs here, and now the Flames are now down to their last out.
And the pinch hitter is Jake Evans for Adam Gordon, as Beat Ross mentioned just a little earlier with Evans on deck. Pinch hitting for Adam Gordon, who was 1 for 4 with an RBI single tonight. Evans, the right-handed batter of Binghamton University, against the right-hand pitcher Treisler. First one to him, a breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1. The count is 0-1. One thing to note on Evans, not the greatest hitter overall when it comes to stats with Binghamton on the year. Hit about 229 as he lines one foul down the right side and it gets out of play. Quickly, the count is 0-2. However, his hitting has been steadily getting better. In the last month of the season with the Bearcats, hit .310. and he drove in the only run for the Flames on Wednesday against Genesee, an RBI double to the left center field gap. 0-2. Breaking ball. Oh, a knee buckler. And that gets Evans looking to end the game. The Flames fall to the Crush 6-4. That makes consecutive losses for Onondaga on the year. They fall to 2-4. And the Cortland Crush improves to 2-4 on the season. B-Russ, overall, some of your thoughts coming from this game to this point. We'll get your final thought in just a bit.
Well, I think the overall thoughts on this game is just that once Alex Larson got on the mound, it was game over for the Flames. He just shut them down and would not give them a chance to get a runner in scoring position, and wouldn't give them any opportunities to get closer to getting those runs they needed to get back in the ballgame.
And Larson does pick up the win. Now, that's the conclusion of the game. Welcome to the Onondaga Flames post-game show now. First, we'll give you a short little post-game here. We'll give you a recap of the game, and then I'll get Brandon Ross's final thought before we sign off for the night. So, to begin things, the Crush and the Flames were scoreless in the first inning. Crush went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Flames got a leadoff hit from Mike Netzel, but he was stranded at third base after the Flames went down to 1-2-3 after that. Second inning now, and the Crush opened the scoring. Zach Kelly led off the inning with a single. Garrett Hunter, an RBI double. Well, not an RBI double, a double, but Kelly was gunned down trying to score from first base. And then during Tyler McKeon's at-bat, rather, during Alex Flock's at-bat, Garrett Hunter scored on a wild pitch to make it 1-0 Cortland. Second inning now, well, bottom of the second now, and the Flames with a nice answer. First, the leadoff walk by Nick Garcia. A.J. DiFilippo with a single. He was gunned down trying to extend it to a double, but Garcia got to third base regardless. Then, Brian Hart, an RBI triple, one of the two big hits of the night for the Flames. An RBI triple all the way to the wall that scored Garcia easily from third, got Hart to third base. That was a big triple, B-Ross. Big one.
Absolutely. It got them out in front early, and while they weren't able to hold the lead, it certainly gave them the momentum out in front.
After that, a pair of groundouts to end the inning, but the first one from Mike Stefan drove in Hart from third base. 2-1 Flames after 2 innings. But the run totals in that second inning would flip in the third. 2 for the Flames in the second, 1 for the Crush. It would be the other way around in the third inning. Crush began the inning with Babcock reaching on an error by the shortstop Brian Hart. Then Anthony Ciesco moved him to second base on a single. After that, a single from Julio Criazola. Then on a wild pitch with the bases loaded, Alex Babcock scored. And Nelson Laviosa with the runners on second and third and one away, able to drive in a run with an RBI sac fly. Then in the bottom of the third, with a score 3-2 for the Crush, our leadoff double for Mike Netzel towards down the right field line. And then scoring him from second base was Adam Gordon on the RBI single, tied the game at 3. Jake Zerrott flied out to right. Trace Peterson struck out swinging after that. 3-3 at the end of 3, and the fourth. Cortland goes down to 1-2-3, and then the bottom of the fourth, the Flames get 1 run. First, a ground out by Nick Garcia, and then the big hit of the night, the home run by A.J. DiFilippo.
Absolutely. That was the one bright spot in this game. They finally got a chance to show some big offense. DiFilippo, in only his second at-bat of the season, went yard.
First game of the year for DiFilippo, Zerrott, and Cherno. They combined to go 5 for 12 at the plate. So the Flames are getting some offense from their new players. It's encouraging to see. We can't wait to see more from those players and from the rest of the Flames as the season moves along. Fifth inning, nothing doing for either side, and the sixth proved to be the difference. 2 runs on the board for the Crush. One scored on a walk here, on a wild pitch rather, and then an RBI single from Alex Babcock took a 5-4 lead. Flames did not score in the 6th. Neither team scored in the 7th and 8th innings. Cortland added a run in the 9th on an RBI double by Zach Kelly. Flames stranded 2 runners, including the tying run in the bottom of the 9th, and that's how it went down. The Crush beats the Flames 6-4. B. Ross, your final thought.
You know, they couldn't respond to the crush pitching today, and also the runners left on base. They left 8 runners on base across this game, which is not their largest total of the season, but it really shows how much they need to improve in clutch hitting situations. You had a prime opportunity in the 9th inning. With only 1 out, you had 2 runners on base, and they blew it. They got 2 back-to-back strikeouts to end the game. You also had a situation with 2 runners on and 2 out in the 4th inning. And then another strikeout to end the inning there as well. So plenty of opportunities to capitalize on runs, but they were just left stranded.
Well, that has been one of the common themes from the start of the year for the Flames, not being able to take advantage of enough of their opportunities to win games. Perhaps the timing goes into it as well, missing out on opportunities late in ball games. One positive to note as well, the Flames did avoid the big inning, did not allow at least 3 runs, did not allow 3 or more runs in any inning throughout the whole game, but unfortunately it was not enough for the Flames tonight. Onondaga falls to Cortland 6-4. For Brandon Ross, I'm Eric Moon saying so long and good night from OCC Stadium. Be sure to join us tomorrow back here on Team Line at 7 p.m. when the Flames host the Syracuse Saltcats. Good night, everybody.